me tell you something. Look it, man. I've been an Atlanta fan for 45 years.
Late night vibes, we're turning up the heat. Team Will on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL sports show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play. Bringing the thunder every single day. He will, shining bright on the airwaves, bringing sports tonight. Atlanta heart, with a soul so free. My ATL sports show, it's the place to be.
Atlanta Falcon fans, welcome to the post-game show for our beloved Atlanta Falcons. Did not go the way that we thought it was gonna go. Interesting game. What a game. Shock and awe right now is what I'm feeling, guys. Shock and awe. If you'd have told me that the team that was going to win today was going to be the Braves and not the Falcons. Braves are up 3-0, by the way, in the either top or bottom of the eighth. I would have said, hey, you know what? I got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. But that's why they play the game. Falcons go into Carolina and lay an egg. I mean, there's no other way to state it. We didn't get off the bus. We couldn't get out of our own way today. Unfortunately, the good news is it's early in the season. We're 1-2. Hopefully, we can learn from this and be better. This is not the effort that I don't think any Falcon fan expected today. Things didn't go our way today, but we were incredibly bad. Well, the defense wasn't bad. The defense was out there all game. They essentially got tired. I get it. Defense tried to keep us in it as long as they could. But, again, we made too many mistakes today. We couldn't get things done. The bottom line is we just have to be better. Our offense today was abysmal. We made mistakes that I am not accustomed to seeing this team make. And look, unfortunately, this happens. Okay? Unfortunately, this happens. Some days you go out there and it's just not your day. It looked like we had all sorts of issues going on. We couldn't get the plays in time. I don't know that the crowd noise was 1/10 of what it was in Minnesota, so you can't use that excuse. But there just seemed to be a disconnect right off and right away with all things offense and special teams. Well, I shouldn't say special teams. The kicker, Parker Romo, welcome to Atlanta, by the way. Missed 2 kicks. Okay. Just not a productive day. Not a great day. Kicker missed 2 kicks. The offense was again abysmal. We couldn't get out of our own way today. Throws were off. We threw 2 interceptions. To be honest, Mooney didn't really look healthy, and it's one thing if you can come out and gut something out, but Mooney just didn't look like Mooney today. He didn't look healthy at all. He wasn't in and out of his cuts. He wasn't in out of his breaks, or I don't know if the ball was just that inaccurately thrown to him. Didn't seem to be that way, but it just Mooney did not look good today. Craig hashtag Gritsblitz says, other than the kicker, the special teams was terrible altogether. Well, I don't know, man. Just not a good effort from our special teams, not a good effort from our team, not a good effort from our Falcons in general. Just not a great effort today. Um, Shocking is what this is. Shocking is what I'm gonna say. I did not think we would lose this game, and I definitely didn't think it would go this way. DA Hunter says, "What did we just watch? What did we just watch? Indeed, DA. What did we just watch? Indeed. Oh wow, Jets just blocked the kick. Okay, and they're about to score a touchdown. It looks like. Wait a minute. Maybe the Bucks can lose, and we'll only be one game back. Wow. Okay, that just happened. Okay, interesting. Sorry, I have it up on another monitor here. Let's see. Craig says, Raheem playing the starters in the preseason would have helped. Okay. Craig says defense didn't play good, but didn't play bad. I'll say it like this. If you leave your defense out there for as long as we did, especially in the second half, they're gonna get tired, right? And those 2 and 3 yard runs are gonna turn into 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that's what happened. The failure point on this team or on this in this game was the offense. The offense was not great. Uh, they were not great at all. So hey, let's regroup and get it, and get it together for next week, man. It doesn't stop, but it's a long season, guys. And while I am disappointed, and I'm sure we are all disappointed, it's one game. We can come back and win and get on a winning streak and be okay. So, we just got to keep on doing what we're doing. We got to keep on working on it. We got to correct some things, fix some things. We got to get that offense going. Craig says, fire everyone from Raheem on down on the offense side of the ball. Craig is upset right now, and I get it. Look, the game's just over right now. Uh, Again, good news is if the Bucks go on to lose, we're only one game back. So it's not like we're 0-3 guys. We're 1-2. Yeah, we should have won this game. We really should have won this game. We should have gone in and done something, but we didn't. And look, it's a long season, guys. Unfortunately, stuff like this happens, right? Sometimes you show up and it's just not your day, right? So, and you know what? Carlo makes a good point. Craig says, I'm crashing out. Hey, Craig, we're here for you, buddy. You're amongst friends. So if you need to crash out, whatever you need to get out here, brother, this is also a therapy session. Let it out, brother. Let it out. It's okay. We got you, Craig. Carlo says, I'd rather see this now. Me too, Carlo. Me too. And Carlo's point is, if we're going to have instances like this or games like this, you'd rather see it at the early part of the season, right? When you can correct it, when you can fix things, than in December and January, right? So if there is a silver lining in this, it is that. It's the fact that, oh no, okay, woo, thought the Bucks were going to score. It's the fact that if you're going to have a game like this, look, let's have it the third game of the season. If we win the rest of our games, we're 15-2, and all is well in the world. I felt like this would be a trap game. I did. I got to be honest. I felt like, because the thing the thing we all have to realize, this is a young team. This is a young team. This is a young quarterback. This was the first game with Penix where he just did not have a good game at all. Not a great performance. But again, this is just, unfortunately, this happens. This is the NFL. Some days you're going to have good days, other days not so much. It's okay. Let's see. Craig says, until the Falcons show me on a consistent basis that we are better, I'm convinced we suck in the laughing stock of the NFL, and every team's get right game. I guess this was a get right game for the Panthers. Craig says Raheem and Zach are not it. I get it, man. I get it. Let it out, brother. Let it out. Hey, man. Unfortunately, if you play a 17 in a 17 game season, this is gonna happen, right? This unfortunately is going to happen in a 17 game season. You're gonna have one or two games where you just don't have it. And today, what we couldn't get out of our own way. You know, we couldn't field kickoffs. There were several times we couldn't field kickoffs. Let's start with that. We couldn't do that. We were dropping passes. We were throwing passes, making inaccurate throws. We threw two interceptions. Um, I mean, we could not get out of our own way. This was a poor performance. And, again, it's unfortunate. This is a young team. This happens. But what you hope to see is that we learn from it, right? Craig says, I can't get mad at Penix, even though he struggled badly, but this is essentially his rookie year. And Craig, that's a good point. This is his rookie year. And unfortunately, today he looked very mortal. He looked mortal today. A lot of days Penix looked great. Penix did not look good today at all. Now, again, the question is, okay, how does the young quarterback learn from that? Okay. Because, sometimes, and again, I'm not advocating for failure. I'm not. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that sometimes you can learn a lot from a loss, right? Some of the best lessons that you will ever have in life will be from a loss. So hopefully Penix and this Falcons team can learn the lesson, okay, and apply it and be better coming forward. Look, they got off that bus. There was no fire, there was no passion, there was nothing. They came out onto that field just empty. I don't know what happened. I don't know what it was. This team did not have any fight from the get. And they played like it. You know what I mean? Falcons played like an 0-2 team. Panthers played like a 1-1 team. Panthers played like a team that was cornered. They played like a caged animal that was cornered, that didn't have a way out, and they had to fight their way out. And that's how they played. The Falcons came out complacent. They came out ho hum. They came out. They were not on it today, and you could see it. And this was my fear from the get, is that you got Washington coming up next week. You got Buffalo in a couple of weeks. This is a young team. I felt like we might have looked past Carolina. Now, that doesn't mean that we did look past them. We could have just come out and just got dominated, right? Craig also says, if I'm Arthur Blank, I'm calling the pilot to leave Raheem and Zach in Carolina. I'm not saying that we didn't get out coached, we didn't get out schemed, we didn't get out whatever. And it looks like the Bucks are going to come back and win this game. But what I am saying is, the Falcons they came out flat. They came out like they did not want this. Okay, they came out like, yeah, we got this in the bag. We're gonna come in and we're gonna beat up on Washington, but we got this in the bag. They came out exactly how I thought they might, which is to look past Carolina. Okay, and you can't look past any NFL team on any given Sunday. It's not just a movie, guys. It's not just a movie. On any given Sunday, any team, even a bad one, can beat you if you do not come out prepared, if you do not come out ready and willing to fight, if you do not come out like your life depends on it. Any NFL team can beat you. Any team can beat you, right? You can't come out like that. And I honestly, again, I was afraid Because if you go back to our shows this week, I said a couple of times this could be a trap game. Nobody wanted to hear that. Oh no, 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 no. This look, Panthers are an NFL team too, right? Uh let's see. Craig says, this team and coaches wasn't focused on this week and probably thinking that this was going to be an easy win. Seems like they were looking ahead to Washington. Exactly, Craig. And that's what I was saying. That is 100% what I was saying. You can't look past any team. You cannot look past any team. Oh man, Bucks kicked the field goal and won the game. Dag damn it. Well, Bucks are 3-0. We're 1-2. We just got to keep working, fellas. Seems like they were looking ahead to Washington. I agree with that. Caden Willis says, "Bro, what happened?" Hey, man, we didn't get off the bus. That's what happened. Falcons looked unprepared, and they did. Uh, Craig says this poop is embarrassing. Craig says Raheem can't beat Bryce. Monte Carlo says Vikings are smacking the Bengals right now. Sterling Wood says pistol formation again. This is Zach Robinson. Bobby D Blasting Game says officially the worst birthday period of my life. Wow, Bobby D, I'm sorry that your birthday was not what you wanted it to be, brother. But let me tell you something. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Hopefully the rest of your day gets a whole lot better. I'm glad that you're here. And hey, man, I just hope the rest of your Sunday is better, man. Unfortunately, this happens. But hey, man, we just got to recoup and get ready for next week, guys. It is unfortunate, but this happens, man. This happens. Bobby D, man, you are welcome, brother. And hey, man, look it's your birthday, brother. So you celebrate, you enjoy yourself. You do what makes you happy today, sir. Whatever that is. I want you to go out there and enjoy yourself, man, and don't even think about this. Like I say, if this was gonna happen, right? You'd rather it happen in game 3 than in game 13. I have no doubt that we probably did look past the Panthers. And I was afraid of this, A, because this is a young team, and B, because everybody was like, oh, this Panthers team is so bad. This Panthers team. Look, they play football too. They get paid to play football too. They were 0-2. The numbers say that if you go and get 0-3, if you go 0-3, you're probably not making the playoffs. You got a 0.9%. They came out guns blazing like it was the Super Bowl, and we didn't. And whenever you come up against that type of energy, if you can't match it, it's tough. It is tough. It is tough. And look at guys, I know this sucks. I know we're hurting right now, but the good news is we got next week, right? So look it. Hey man, drink them if you got them. If you're cooking stuff on the barbecue, go ahead and cook that meat to perfection or whatever. Look, if you're vegetarian, cook whatever dish you got to cook, man. Enjoy your Sunday. It's going to be all right. Pump your brakes. But hey, you can come here. You can talk. We can all talk. This is a therapy session. Whatever y'all need to get out, man, y'all get it out. I get it. It's hard. Sometimes our beloved Atlanta Falcons make it hard on us. I'm not going to lie, man. They do make it hard. But I tell you what, man, uh, next week is coming, right? Next week is coming. And I think you'll get a better effort. First and foremost, I think the media, ESPN, and everybody they're going to be all over our beloved Falcons this week. They're going to be all over Raheem this week. They're going to be all over us. And I think a byproduct of that is this team is going to rally the troops, and you're going to see a completely better effort next week. Caden says our defense was better against the Vikings than today. Yeah, they were, Caden. But to be honest with you, man, you can't keep putting your defense in a situation where you give up the ball on the 30 or on the 20, or you go 3 and out. All defenses will eventually get tired. You know what I mean? Um, The issue today was the offensive special teams. Defense was okay. No, they weren't great, but our issue was our offense. We were inept. We were totally inept today on offense. James Williams says this was so stupid. Yeah, agreed, James. Agreed. Definitely could have been and should have been a better effort today. Very unfortunate, but again, hey man, these things happen. These things happen. Um, Caden says the offense was bad. The offense was terrible today, Caden. Agreed. The offense was left a lot to be desired, guys. Left a lot to be desired. But again, the good news is, it is early. Caden says 2 interceptions, 100%, Caden. And one of them, you should have never thrown that ball. Like, to me, that's just lazy, right? That's lazy. I'm assuming that I have this check down. It just, if I'm being honest, it seemed like Penix wasn't in the game today. I don't know where his head was, but it didn't seem like he was in the game today. It's 3rd and 1, and you have a delay of game penalty. Like, you gotta go. You come out of a timeout. It's 3rd and 1, and you can't do that. It seemed like Penix's energy, his mind, what he just wasn't in the game today. That's number one. Number two, you can't make that throw where you can't see to the out. You never do that. You cannot make that throw. If you don't know who's over there, if you can't see who's over there, you cannot make that throw. You just can't. So, bottom line is better. Uh, you got to be better. That's all I have to be better. Uh, the what are we? Where are we? Craig says the one thing defense is a people eater on the D line because teams can. Yeah, that's always a concern. But Vita Veas don't grow on trees, but that is always a concern. That is always a concern. Where are we? So let's see. Craig says it's also our fault as fans. We put Penix on a pedestal, and he really hasn't did anything to be up there. Oh, Craig, look, Penix has a lot of talent. Okay, and to be honest, Penix is, the first 3 losses were not on Penix. Most of our losses were not on Penix. Today, yeah, this was on Penix, but this is his 6th game. 5 of them, we have 2 victories, and the other 3 were clearly not his fault. So, I mean, again, it is what it is. I get it. I understand. I think Penix will be fine. Hopefully, Penix will learn from this one. Now, look it. Um, Quarterback is the most difficult position in the league to play. That's why they get the big bucks. It's a tough position, man. The NFL is a tough league to win in, and the Falcons just did not give it the effort that they should have on this Sunday. That's just the bottom line. They wanted it more than we did. You know what I mean? They were out there to win the game. I don't know what we were out there to do. But, again, the good news is it's early enough in the season to where if we learn our lesson from it, we're fine. Even though the Bucks are 3-0, good for them. We still got to see them again. They still got some other teams to play. Look, they barely got past the Jets. You can't come back and win every game in the last second. That is not a sustainable victory. So at some point, that's going to come and get them. And we just have to be ready and prepared. We got to stay the course. We got to keep fighting. We got to keep pushing. That's all it is. Bottom line, that's all it is. Look, the year the Giants won the Super Bowl in 2011, I think they may have been 9-7, and they didn't come on until late in the season. So there's still time, guys. James Williams says Zach has to go. I get it, man. I get it. That's a fair assessment, man. I totally get where you're coming from. Craig says, I think Penix will be great for us, but as fans, we're already putting him high up before he really has did anything and not acknowledging he is still a rookie. And you're right, Craig. He is a rookie. And you're 100% right. You're 100% right. I'm not going to disagree with you. You are 100% right. Bobby D. Blasting Game says, this is worse than the loss on Monday Night Football in 86 where we got blowed out by the 49ers on national television. You make a good point. Caden Willis says, the only way the Falcons could have won is if they locked in after the first missed field goal. Craig says, I'm about to snatch headsets from Raheem and Zach like Debo from Friday. What you got on my 40, fool? What you got on my 40? Come over here, punk, and get knocked out like your old man used to. That old man said, I'm going this way. You got a problem? No. Atlanta Falcon Fandemic, how you doing, man? Hopefully all is well. What's good, T-Will? What's good, Falcon Fandemic, man? How are you, brother? If you guys have not checked out Falcon Fandemic show, you need to check him out, man. Great show. Gives great content. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. T Green says, like I said. Yeah, hey, T Green, looks like you were right about this one today, but that's okay. It's a long season, T Green, and we'll see you guys again. We'll see you guys in the bin. Hey, tip of the cap to you guys. You guys got it today, but we will see you again. Let's see. Fandemic says, we self-destructed across the board in all phases of the game. Coaching decisions beyond being our demise. Yeah, agreed. This was a piss poor game with everyone. T Green says y'all are going 2-8. I don't agree with that, T Green. I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? You guys won today, and that's good, and that's great. But like I say, we will see you again. We will see you again. Yeah, we guys. This was again. The Panthers came out like they knew they couldn't go 0-3, and I really believe we looked past the Panthers because they're the Panthers. And we looked at Washington and we looked at the Bills and we didn't take them seriously. And any team can beat you on any given Sunday. If you come out like we did against any other team in 99% of the time, you're going to lose. You can't come out lackadaisical. You can't come out not getting plays in. You can't come out throwing the ball, not knowing where it's going. Like, there's just some things you can't do, right? There's some things you can't do, and that's what happened. And it's okay, guys. That's okay. T Green, I don't think you own us. As a matter of fact, if you look at the record, don't think that's the case. Atlanta Falcons record versus the Panthers. So the Falcons have 37 wins against 24 losses. So no, you don't own us, T Green. You'd have to win. You'd have to win like most of a season to even get even with us, T Green. Pump your brakes, okay? Now you're being little brother. Now you're jumping all up and down because you're excited, bro. It's one game. It's one game, okay? Relax, T. Relax. You don't own us. As a matter of fact, if I'm being honest, we own you. We don't. We own you. We own you guys. Like 37 and 24, we own you. So chill out. Chill out. Caden Williams says we will beat them on November 16th. Hey, man, I have no doubt about it, bro. I have no doubt about it. But hey, in all seriousness, T Grant, hey man, you guys played great, man. Great game. You guys came out like you wanted it. Enough respect due, man. I'm not gonna take anything away from your effort. You guys came out today and you won a game that you had to have, and I'm not gonna take anything from you. You know what I mean? No, y'all aren't gonna beat us again, but whatever. Anyway, Falcons fans, I'm not about to entertain that nonsense. Look it, we got Washington next week. We need to just lock in, and we need to do better. Falcon Pandemic says, at what point do we establish our identity? Preseason rust is real, y'all. Mactown Dirty says, since 1975, I'm tired of this sizzle. Hey, bro, I'm I've been here since well, I was born 1970, but I'm right there with you, Mactown Dirty. But Mactown Dirty, you being a Falcons fan like myself, you know these things go in ebbs and flows, right? It's third game of the season. Everybody relax, relax. Okay. It's one loss. It's one loss. As bad as it is, and it is bad. It is very bad. It is a very bad loss. I am not taking this loss lightly. I am not I'm not glossing over it. It is still one loss. It is still one loss. Okay. And the beautiful thing about it is we can get right back to work and get to 500 next week. Then after you get to 500, you gotta buy where hopefully you can get AJ back, and then you got the Bills coming in here on Monday night. So let's focus on our energy on being 2-2, right? And let's go. Look it, you can't do anything about it. A loss is a loss. It is what it is. Mactown Dirty says, "Where is Koo?" You know what? I don't know that Koo would have made those today. I don't know. Everybody just had a bad day on the Falcons. The kicker, the offense, the special teams, the coaches, the water boys, the cheerleaders don't travel with us. So, hey man, it just wasn't our day. Sometimes it's not your day. Caden says, is Jaden Daniels still hurt? I know he didn't play today. I don't know. I don't know if what his status is, but I know he didn't play today. Falcon Pandemic says, here's the thing, T Will. We can handle the loss, but it's how we lose. I mean, we couldn't even blame Koo at this point. No, 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 no. Hey, look, I'm not minimizing it, Pandemic. I promise you I'm not. I'm simply saying it's one loss, right? We clearly overlooked this team. I think anybody who watched this game can say we clearly overlooked this team. Our quarterback's mind wasn't, he didn't seem to be present in the moment playing this game. I don't know where he was, right? And again, I don't know if it's a situation. Something that I've noticed is that it takes a while to get the plays in. I don't know if that's faulty equipment. I don't know what that is, right? But that's one thing that has to be corrected. And if the issue is that, then Raheem's going to have to deal with it. But look, it's the NFL. You got to have your plays in on time, right? You can't be waiting to the last minute to get a play in, right? It's 3rd and 1. You cannot take a 5-yard penalty there when it's 3rd and 1 for delay of the game. You just can't. Not coming out of a timeout. Not coming out of a timeout. You cannot do that. Where do they do that? Right? You can't have that. So a lot of it was coaching, but to me, there were mental errors, right? Bobby D. Blast Game says, absolutely not. Us old heads can't handle losses, period, because we've dealt with too many of them. I hear you, Bobby D. I hear you. Craig says, I'm on my Lil John mentality. I'm ready for the smoke. Laugh out loud. Look it, man. Bobby D, I get it. Pandemic, I get it. It's a bad loss. Okay, it is a bad loss, and unfortunately, in this business, in our business, this happens, guys. It shouldn't happen, but every now and then, you're gonna come out, and on that day, you just have nothing, and that's what we had today. Nothing. That's what we played like today. Nothing. That's what we saw today. Nothing. That's what we scored today. Nothing. It was just a bad effort, a bad day. Things didn't go our way. And the only thing you can do from this is just move forward, man. That's all you can do. Let's see. Jamil Vargas says, I'm at a loss for words. So am I, Jamil. So am I. Jamil Vargas. Sorry about that. Pandemic says, I agree that's coaching. We had communications last game. As coach, you address it, make sure it doesn't happen again. Agreed, Pandemic. Agreed 100%. Jamil Vargas says, I mean, our offense just looks like they're stuck in a box. They couldn't. The offense didn't get off the bus today, Jamil. I don't. From quarterback on down, from offensive coordinator on down, They did not get off the bus today. I don't know what happened, but we looked inept. We looked inept. We looked unaware. We looked unprepared. We looked bad. Mactown Dirty says, I better not catch anybody at Magic City. Oh, wow. I mean, they do have the lemon pepper wings, Mactown Dirty. Come on, man. Those lemon pepper wings are the jam. I know when I've gone in the past, that's why I go. Let's see. We should make a trade for Mike McDaniel. Ah, oh, as an offensive coordinator. Okay, yeah. Hey, that's actually not wait. Mike McDaniel, the head coach of the Dolphins. I want to make sure I'm right here, Craig. Let me know. Let me know if I'm right. Craig says, I better not see no Raheem quotes. Bobby D. Blasingame. I stopped drinking about 2 years ago since it's my birthday. I may have to sip into a cup or two tonight. Hey, man. Hey, well, you know what? You know what you got to do, man. But you know what you got to do, right? But I mean, I don't know. I don't know the situation. But Bobby D, look at man. I just want you to have a great birthday, brother. Whatever you do, and hey man, just don't do anything that you'll regret. But again, happy birthday, brother. You got to celebrate them, especially if you're around my age or nearby. Hey, you got to celebrate those as best you can. So Bobby D, I hope again, man. I hope you have. I hope the rest of your day is amazing. I know up until 4 p.m. it sucked, but look here. I right now declare and decree in the name of my father that the rest of your birthday is outstanding, Bobby D. I hope you enjoy yourself, brother. Jamil says, and Nathan Carter needs stickum. What was up with that today? Like what? He dropped 2 or 3 kicks. He slipped on another one. Oh, wait, that was Ray Ray. Like our special teams was abysmal today. They were awful. They were really bad today. So that has to be corrected. Pandemic says, yes, we look totally off. Caden says, hopefully AJ will return next Sunday. I think he's probably out until the bye, but hopefully so. James Williams, Rex Ryan said to watch out for ATL. Their defense is built like Phillies. Can't wait to hear him this week. Well, again, our defense was not the problem today. Respectfully, our defense was not the problem today, man. It was special teams and offense. Well, it was offense first because our offense was terrible. They played exactly. I'm sorry. The score reflected how we played today, which was nothing. It was 30-0. That's how our offense played. We were terrible. Special teams wasn't much better, but defense. I mean, they tried to keep us in it. You know what I mean? Were they as good as they were last week? They were not. But our defense was not they were not the issue. Craig says, yeah, let's trade for McDaniel from Miami to be our OC because he's a bad head. Agreed. I agree with that 100%, Craig. Mactown Dirty says, so are we coming out with Cousins next week? I don't think so, but that's a good question. Bobby D says 55 and rocking, brother. I will be 55 in November, Bobby D. Hey, 1970, bro. I love it. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Let's go. 55. I love it. Falcon Pandemic says the straw that broke the camel's back was Raheem going to midfield, all smiles to shake hands. Pandemic says, yes, the offense has to carry their weight to help out the defense. Agreed. Agreed 100%. James Williams says 55 here too. 1970. Let's go, James. Let's go, brother. Let's go. 55, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. Matter of fact, hey, man, if y'all want to drop your age in the chat, just do it. I mean, we got nothing else to talk about. Falcons got beat down. So drop your age, man. Drop your age in the chat if you feel like it. We got 3 Dirty in the chat. 3 Dirty says incompetent coaches. 3 Dirty. On a day like today, I cannot disagree with you, brother. I cannot disagree with you. Bobby D says born 1970. I love it. Atlanta Falcons. Woo, we are cooking with gas now, buddy. Let me see. Mactown Dirty says 60. I love it, Mactown Dirty. I love it. Let's go 1965. Jamal Vargas. We should get Harbaugh. We should have gotten Harbaugh when we had the chance. Well, I mean, mm, I don't know. I don't know if I'm touching that one, Jamil. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Get back to me on that one. I don't know. Craig says, so Raheem can bench Penix during a game, but waited 5 or 6 weeks last year and lost the division before he benched Kirk last year. Craig, I'm just going to go ahead and say this, sir. Craig, you're one of the fans of the week, okay? You're one of the fans of the week. Let's get that out of the way. Bobby D. Blasted game. Harbaugh wasn't coming. Falcon Fandemic says 55, 1970, 1970. Let's go. Let's go, Fandemic. Let's go. 55. I love it. And hey, man, Mactown Dirty, 1965. Let's go, baby. 60, 60. Let's go. James Williams, Rex Ryan might be available next year. Hey, man, if we don't make the playoffs, anything goes, brother. Anything goes. If this Falcons team does not make the playoffs, yeah, man. Fandemic says great call out, Craig. Yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point. But on the lighter side, I don't know. Maybe he learned. maybe maybe he learned from last year. I'm not trying to make light of it, guys. I'm just saying, look it. I'm trying to stay positive. We got to look forward to it. This loss sucks. Okay, this loss is terrible. It is terrible. Three Dirty says 63, so I've seen it. Three Dirty, you are not 63. Three Dirty, I met you. There's no way in the world you are 63. You don't even look 53, brother. There's no way you're 63, Three Dirty. I no, bro. I don't believe that. I met you. I do not believe that. Bro, you look 38. 63. Damn, I gotta get my stuff together, man. Wow. 63? Wow. I don't believe you, Three Dirty. There's no way you're 63, man. There is no way. I don't believe you. Craig, Raheem would look a lot better on the Damn, Craig. 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 What? Craig, come on, man. You that sick of the capris. Come on, Craig. Wow. Craig is a savage, man. Craig is a savage. It's all right, Craig. It's all right, brother. It's all right. I'm here for you, brother. It's Craig. It's funny. Oh my goodness. Okay. Three Dirty. There's no way you're 63, bro. I met you at a game last year. There's no way that dude. There's no way you're 63, bro. I don't believe that. Craig, I was born in 1991, but wasn't a fan until Vic. Hey, that's all good, Craig. We love you just the same, brother. We love you just the same, man. It's all good, bro. It is all good. It is all good. Uh Caden says, I just like the video. Well, hey, thank you, Caden. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much, sir. Definitely appreciate that. 330 says 1962. Brother, I do not believe I do not believe it. It's amazing how young y'all look, man. Pandemic looks 40. Bobby D Blasted Game looks like he can play football. Mactown Dirty looks 40. And I look 65. Life is not fair. Life is just not fair, darn it. Hey, man, you guys didn't tune in to hear me talk about myself. Hey, guys, we got to get ready for Washington, and we got to clean up some of this stuff. Guys, could in the chat, drop in what we need to clean up immediately. Like I know what I'm thinking, but I want to hear what you guys think. Caden Willis, well, let me tell you something, Caden. You got the rest of your life ahead of you, brother. Enjoy it. Make the most out of it. Get all out of life that you can, young fella. Get all out of life that you can, and you have the rest of your life ahead of you. And thank you for joining us. But hey, man, I wish I could be 16 again, brother. There's a lot of things I do different. So hey, man, From an old man to a young Thundercat, a young man, get out there and do all you can, Caden, man. And just first and foremost, welcome to the show, man. So glad to have you. James Williams says offensive play calling. Yes, 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 yes. Let the church say amen. I'm gonna spotlight you. I'm gonna spotlight you. Let the church say amen. Okay. Look, Zach Robinson, love you, buddy. We got to get these plays in quicker. Okay. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what's going on in the background. I don't know, but we cannot call a timeout and come up in a formation and take a delay of game call on 3rd and 1. We can't have that, Zach. We cannot have that. We got to fix it. Hey, Zach, I'm a Falcon and I'm with you, man. I'm riding with you till the wheels fall off. But we got to fix that. We everything can't be in the pistol. Look it, I get it. I understand what you're saying. And a lot of this, yeah, some of this is on Zach. Some of this today is on Penix. Okay. Certain decisions you can't make. There's enough blame to go around, but I agree. The offensive play calling has got to be better. Fandemic says, let's go handle Washington and take care of those tough teams. Agreed. Mactown Dirty says Raheem and company. 3 Dirty says Zach doesn't have a flow to his play calling. I can get behind that. Falcon Fandemic, we have to improve in the coaching decisions from I cannot talk today. We have to improve in the coaching decisions from play calling to game management. Agreed. Bobby D. Blast Game. Hey, family, check on your people if they're a Clemson and an Atlanta fan. Amen. Craig says Mike McDaniel would have the offense humming, and maybe he would. I'm not. I mean, hey, he's an offensive guy, man. He's definitely an offensive guy. So I'm not going to say that you're wrong, Craig. We got a lot of things to fix, man. Offense is one of them. Guys, did we make a mistake with our kicker? How are you guys feeling about Romo today? Total 360. Well, total 180. 360 is a complete circle. Total 180 from last week's game. Very ineffective today. How are we feeling about Romo? Did we make the right decision in moving on from Koo? Caden Willis says C plus. Okay, so we're giving Romo a C plus. Okay, that's fair. Craig says I'm about to pick up another hobby to do on Sundays, like sewing and stuff, instead of watching the Falcons. Well, maybe you can sew while you watch the Falcons, Craig. Just do me a favor and keep the thimble over your finger so you don't prick yourselves. You know, our Falcons will surprise you, man. So just take the necessary precautions if you're going to do that. Falcon Fandemic says, yeah, we made a mistake and not with Romo, but in letting Lenny Craig go. Did we let Lenny Craig go? I thought he's still on the practice squad. I thought he was. Let me know, Fandemic. Brian, Romo performed like a Romo folded under pressure. I was waiting for somebody to say that. I was waiting for that one. I so was waiting for that one, guys. James Williams, first kick caught by the wind. Second was 55 yards, but needs to make it. But I'm okay with Romo. Yeah, I thought that first one was caught by the wind, James. Because if you saw the way that ball moved when it cut the wind, I mean, that was like a curveball from Strider, before he got injured. Like that thing just cut over. So that's a good point. James says first. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Eric Parker, my brother. What up, little big brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you. For those of you who don't know, Eric Parker is my little big brother, my actual blood brother, and my guy. Welcome to the show, brother. He says it's obviously rigged. Eric, I'm not going to lie to you. At some points during the game, it kind of felt that way. I really felt like, what the hell? It felt that way at times. I'm not going to lie. Craig, I'm about to start doing Waffle House booger. Oh Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh Craig, oh man. Oh Craig. I'm sorry, y'all. I did not expect that. Oh, Craig, you gotta take it easy on me, man. I didn't. Woo! I didn't see that one coming, Craig. Okay, let me get it together. That. Oh wow. Oh, Craig. Oh man, Falcon Pandemic. Yeah, he's on the practice squad, but we didn't bring him up. And maybe we should. I don't know. Caden says he could have made the second kick. Yeah, I mean he can kick it from 60, so he definitely could have made the second kick. Not gonna lie about that one. Pandemic says, "What up, Eric Parker?" The way it looked, I was starting to think we were playing in Vegas. Those interceptions were just too out. Yeah, bro, I have no idea what we were doing today. I mean, I don't. I really don't. I have no idea what we were doing today. But hey, we move on. We move on. We go on to next week, and we keep it pushing, man. We keep it pushing. Yeah, I do agree that first one caught the wind. Um, so okay, that sounds about right. I tend to um I tend to agree with you, James. I think that first one did catch the wind. And it was unfortunate. I didn't know the wind was swirling like that, but if you guys go back and see that ball, that thing goes from here and like wham, like a breaking ball that or a sweeper that somebody threw that it just cleared the entire side of the plate like it just, So I think that was impacted by the wind. Not gonna lie about that one. Yeah, I think we should give Romo maybe another game or two and see where we are. But again, our offense was so inept, like we just couldn't get it going today. So that is a fair assessment. Caden says Bucks play Eagles next week. Well, hopefully the Eagles can pull it out, man. Hopefully the Eagles can pull it out. Look, luck eventually runs out. Caden says, who do you think will win? Hey, you know what, Caden? If you'd have told me that the Panthers would beat us 30-0, I would have just about bet anything and lost. So what do I know? I mean, at this point, it could be the Bucks, it could be the Eagles. I get where are they playing, Caden? Are they playing in Philly or are they playing in Tampa? That's what I'd want to know. If they're playing in Philly, I gotta go with Philly. If they're playing in Tampa, Tampa's got a chance. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We will see. They're playing in Tampa. That one could go either way. If Caden, if they're playing in Philly, I'm probably very sure Philly's going to win. But playing in Tampa, that could go any way you wanted to go, right? Craig Raheem said in his press conference that we got out coached and outplayed. Well, blanking obviously, my coach potatoes, my couch potato self could have said that, you big dummy. You big dummy. Hey man, I don't know. Well, I mean, Craig, they did kind of get out coached and outplayed. I mean, he is being honest there, Craig. I mean, come on, man. I didn't even finish my soda. Then I'm not drinking. There's obviously water in this can. Um, let's see what else. What else? What else, guys? Uh, hey man, look it. We just gotta regroup. You know what I mean? Hey man, shout out to everybody in this chat. There's no beer in this, but in my heart, it's beer. I'm having a beer with you guys. It's all good, man. We're going to be okay. We're going to come back next week and get a victory. And we'll all be sitting down, laughing and telling jokes and talking about how we're going to beat the Bills in 2 weeks, man. Craig says, oh, we got Christy in the chat. What is going on? M-I, crooked letter I, crooked letter I, humpback I. What's going on, Miss Christy Lewis from Mississippi? How are you, my friend? I hope all is well. Pandemic says that's telling me he's setting the stage to throw his coordinator under the bus. Well, yeesh. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It could be pandemic. It could be. Christy says same plays as last season, same last game, same cheat sheet without preparation, same play, same head coach and OC. Wow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Craig says if I was blank, I would have called him and told him to do a press conference because he was fired. And Craig, I truly believe that you would do that. I really do. I believe it. Dre Nelson, the OC for the Atlanta Falcons, didn't make any adjustments all game. Please, Arthur Blank, fire Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson right now before it's too late. Please. Y'all got Dre Nelson doing James Brown out here. Please. Come on, man. Come on, Falcons. Get it together. Caden says the Aints are losing 21-3. Well, there you go. There you go. There's hope, guys. Come on. The Saints are losing. They suck. We'll be okay. We clearly looked past Carolina and got out coached. And I don't know what the hell we did, but we'll be okay. I firmly believe in that. I believe we'll be okay. Because let me tell you something, the media and everyone in Atlanta is not New York, but it is ascending into that stratosphere, meaning the media coverage is becoming more and more and more and more and more. Eric, I don't have my phone. Kim has my phone, Eric. I think I know what you Eric, I'm gonna text. You know what, Eric? I'm just gonna drop you a link. I think that's what you're talking about. Do, 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 do. Let's see here. I'm so sorry, guys, for being distracted. You guys didn't come in here to see me. Right. Is that it right there? Get it together, T Will. Get it together, buddy. Let's see what else do we have in the chat. Craig says just saw the blank walked into the locker room after the game. I don't blame him. At Caden says they got 3, we got nothing. Wait, Chris, are you talking about victories or what are you talking about? What are we talking about, Christy? We got one victory. Yeah. Well, obviously you weren't talking to me, so let me mind my business. Craig says Raheem did state that Kirk will not be competing for the starting job, and Penix is still our star. That's fair. That is fair. Ladies and gentlemen, I got 2 of them. So I've got 2 great brothers, 2 great blood brothers. One of my great blood brothers in here, Mr. Eric Parker. How you doing, LBB?
What up? What up? I'm all right. Yeah, I don't know what the hell went on there. It was like every aspect of the game, nobody knew what they was doing.
Well, you know what, Eric? The defense was not bad. The defense was not great.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. Yes,
They were not what they were last week.
we had.
Our offense was terrible, man. Our special
No, the defense was too. The defense wasn't as bad as they could have been. They made some plays here and there, but the defense wasn't good neither. The defense did not. They lost that game on all 3 phases.
Okay. I mean, hey, you know what?
Even special teams didn't look good, and not just the field goal, but it was like we was in some kind of parallel universe.
It really felt that way, Eric. Oh my! It felt. What was the name of that show? What, the Twilight Zone? Was that it?
That'll work.
Remember Twilight Zone? Where like that's what it felt like. That is literally what watching this game felt like. And it's funny you say that, Eric, because I'm sitting there watching this game like,
Before this game, I absolutely expected us to do what they did. I
to
expected
us,
us to do that to
correct,
them. That
correct,
that's
one
that's
hundred
what it,
percent.
that's what it looked like looking at games prior to this.
Yes,
Looking at practices, looking at
ye-
everything leading up to this. It
yes,
looked like we should have did that to them.
yeah. I know, brother, I could not agree with you more. I was watching that game like, what the hell am I seeing? What am I watching right
Right.
now?
What
What
was
are
it?
we doing? And it kept just getting worse,
Yeah.
bro. It
Yep.
kept getting worse, bro. It was bad, man.
Yeah. I was like, okay, well, we can still come back from that. All right. What the hell?
Right, right. And it's like right when I thought, okay, we're about to get it together. Nope,
Yeah. Then I'm
nope.
like, all right, okay, that's just gonna make it worse when we do come back. We can still come back
Right,
from that.
right, right,
Oh, there we
right.
go
Yeah,
again.
yeah. That's that. I have no words, bro.
Even
Chris
at the
Wood.
end of the game,
Yeah,
even at they went out the game fumbling the ball.
yeah. Bro.
Hey, this is beautiful. The Saints are down. Guess what the score is?
Yeah, 28-3.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
frame
wonder
that.
if they.
Get a screenshot of that. I
I
don't know.
wonder if they like 28-3 now.
Yeah, man. Christy says at Craig at Grits Blitz. It wouldn't matter if we had Pat Mahomes. If the coaching leadership is not good, we got the same results. Well, so Eric, let me ask you, and chat, let me ask you, Eric. I know you are ever the optimist, but are you at the point now to where you? Okay, let me first say how I feel. I feel like this was a bad game. I feel like on any given Sunday, this can happen to any team. I feel like we came out flat. We came out flat. I feel like we kind of low key looked past them. Now, as far as coaching is concerned, I'm not ready to say that our coaches are inept or not prepared, but Christy makes a fair statement. Do you have confidence in this coaching staff? Or are you starting to feel like maybe some conversations to be had? And chat, same question to you. Do you guys have confidence in this coaching staff? Or do you feel like some conversations need to be had? By the way, Caden says prediction on the Chiefs game tonight. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Eric, give me your thoughts.
I don't understand. I mean, I can't pinpoint who to blame that on though, because okay, I read some report that. Well, let's start from the beginning. Okay, they came out and we kind of went down the field when we first had the ball. Then he missed the field goal, and we kind of went down the field again. And then there was a report that I saw that said that something was wrong with Penix's headset, and he wouldn't like he couldn't get the plays in or something. So
That makes sense. That makes sense,
I don't
especially
know
if
if that was confusing and he got but it was definitely him too though. It wasn't just the play calling.
yeah,
It was
no, okay,
definitely him too though, but it did look like he got shook. Like something was going on.
yeah,
Like he was nervous or something, and maybe that was it. But he looked like he didn't know what to do.
yeah. No, that is fair because and you're 100% right. Specifically on that third down play where he comes out, he doesn't like the formation. We've called the timeout prior. You can't take a penalty right there. I don't give a
Right,
damn what you got. You cannot take a penalty right there. It's
right,
third down. We're making progress. You can't take that penalty. Even if you go for it and you don't get you got to. You can't do that. You can't do that. And
right.
that's
It should have never been a timeout right there in the first place.
yeah.
This is 101 right there, man. They ain't stopping you from running the ball. I don't even know what they took Bijan out for. I wouldn't even put Tyler in right there, even though Yeah, Tyler gets the short yardage. Man, Bijan been punishing them. Let
Yeah,
Bijan eat. I don't know what they switched it up for and slowed the rhythm down. That should have been just get right back in the huddle. Okay, let's go. Run Bijan again. Until they stop Bijan, let Bijan eat. They never stopped him. They just kept changing it up.
yeah.
That's why I blame some of it on the play calling. I blame some of it on personnel too, though, because it looked like folks was lost out there on
They
all
they
three
they
phases.
they did look lost. They
On
did.
all three phases.
They did look lost. I'm not gonna lie. They did look lost. Caden says fire Zach only. We got Silk Legacy in the chat. Craig says this can happen to any team, but it's always or most of the time it's us that's on the other side of history. Silk says I blame Raheem and Penix got shook. James Williams have confidence in Albrecht, but not the others. Christy says at Craig Blitzgrits, what can we prepare for when you only have exhibited the same plays? The players already know them, the fans know them, and our opponents remember them from last season. If your headset is out, call a timeout. Well, I mean, if it's malfunctioning, they're number one, they're only so and Chris, I'm not saying I
The
disagree with
head say it wasn't like they said it was out like it was out for one drive.
you. Right.
It was like they were saying his headset kept the way the tweet sounded.
Malfunction.
It sounded like it keeps malfunctioning and they can't fix his headset.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, to Christy's point, then you got to fix that. If it's that bad, then swap it out. Swap out the helmet. Do what you got to do. There's no excuse to not be able to have access to that in a game scenario. Like I agree with that. You got to. An artist has to have his tools. This is the NFL. We pay way too much money to not be able to communicate. And I agree with her. You know, if it's an issue with it, and I'm not saying that's on Penix. I'm not saying that, but that headset needs to get fixed. This is an organizational loss for everyone, so conversations need to be had for the head coaches down to the towel boy. This was not a good outing for us. I hear that. Silk Legacy says, "Do you think Kirk should come in until you feel Penix is ready?" I don't know that.
Nah.
So this is the first game, and this is Penix's sixth game, right? This is the first game where I saw Penix have that deer in the headlights look. Okay. He won two of the games. Probably should have won four, and it's not on him. So no, I don't think this is gonna happen. He's a rookie. It wasn't a good game.
Yeah.
He'll learn from it
I
and
mean,
and move forward.
I've seen Matt Ryan throw 5 interceptions in a game before and come back the next game just fine. This is you don't bench a quarterback just for one game.
Agreed. Yeah. Now this is what's sad. I just want you guys to look at this stat. We outgained Carolina by 109 yards and lost 30 to nothing. We outgained them, and these weren't garbage yards, mind you. We did move the ball. Okay? If that
Yeah,
is not the
that's what
most
I was talking
selfish
about.
stat
We
ever,
look we looked like we was fine at first, and then when I saw that tweet with the headset shit, when I saw that, that's when it started looking like everything was lost. Like
yeah,
nobody knew what they was doing no more.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you 100%, man. 138%. I agree. Falcon Pandemic says the headset is no excuse. We had this problem last game. It should have been the least of our worries. You check, recheck, and check again for the fix. And I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Pandemic. Christy Lewis says, what other team with the players we have would be 0 and 30 against would lose 0 to 30 against an 0 and 2 team? We need to stop excusing what we are already seeing. It's a division game, not a non-division game. Hashtag a hot mess.
The Saints are down 34-3 now.
Yeah, but they
It's
but
still the
but
first
but
half.
but they suck. And Christy has a point. Like, this is
I was
this
just answering the question. She
yeah, I
said,
know.
"What other team?" There you go. The Saints. The Saints are finna get it worse because They down. I mean, that does is not really helping us because they suck anyway. But yeah,
Yeah,
35-3. My bad.
yeah. Well, hey, man, it still helps us if they lose, so all good. Caden says Bijan only gave me 6 fantasy points. Yeah, I didn't check my fantasy. Do I have Bijan? I think I do in one of my leagues. Silk Legacy, they were not prepared.
I
Atlanta
mean, I
Falcons.
can't really argue with none of them because, like I said, it was on every single person. Every single
Agreed.
you can't. Now, I did see in that pass interference on D Alfred was a bullshit call.
Yeah, it
Um,
was. It was.
D
It was.
Alfred played a good game.
He did. He did. He did. Um, Atlanta Falcon Pandemic says we saw this problem last game. We handed Minnesota that the business, but we couldn't manage a TD. Zach has to improve. And Pandemic, I agree with that 100%. Atlanta Falcons Pandemic, I
And I
agree
think it was
100.
the same thing last game. I agree with him too. I think it
I
was the
agree with
same
that
thing
100%.
last game where they kept we moving the ball, but then let's change what we're doing and try something else. What? Why? If they're not stopping the run, run over them.
Agreed. Agreed 100%. Pandemic says at least the Saints have an excuse. They are in a total team rebuild. Yeah, they do suck. Christy Lewis says, but the Aints got 3 points and they and don't have the QBs and defense we have. This stinks of coaching leadership. You know what? Again, and Eric,
Yeah, but it's still the first half.
I no, but you know what I'm saying. She has a
No,
point.
I'm talking about what she said, but
I
it's still
know,
the first
I
half.
know,
They
I
they
know.
from the rate that they going, they might drop 80 points on the Saints. That would
She
be
has a
hilarious.
point. She has a point, Eric. I'm just
Yes,
saying.
he does. That's what I'm saying. I can't argue with nothing she's saying about us. We absolutely got our ass kicked on every single phase. There's no argument about that. Do we have a better team than that? I agree with that too.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And like I said before this, I would have predicted what they did from from us. I
yeah.
thought that we
Agreed.
was gonna do that to them from
Agreed.
from the way everything was looking before that.
And probably
So
should have.
so
And
I agree
probably
with
should
her. It
have.
does have something to do with
Yeah.
coaching. I don't think it's just coaching though, because it didn't even look like they was up for the game.
Well, no, and thank you for saying that. And that is why. Now remember, Eric. Well, look, you know what? Let me get to some housekeeping here. Craig says Raheem always tries to make himself look like the smartest man in the room by not playing in preseason and yelling at reporters when they ask him a real question. Mets champion says poor coaching today. They should have never ate the Carolina barbecue. Probably not. Caden Willis. Sorry, Caden. All right, guys. Thank you for letting me join the live stream. I have to head out. Hey, Caden, man, you're welcome back anytime, bro. Anytime you want to come back, we are here. And thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate that. Falcon Pandemic, Chrissy Lewis, you hit that right on the money. And I agree. Craig says I was yelling at my TV for them to run the ball, but it's like Zach is trying to outsmart the competition, but not going with our best bread and butter. And Eric, that's kind of what you said. That is exactly what you just said about changing things up. Um,
Yeah, I'll be watching them, and I ain't saying nothing because I'm like, am I tripping, or does he just keep doing this every? It's like you running the ball, you running the ball, you running the ball, and they're not stopping you. Bijan is eating. Let's put Tyler in. You running the and then they know you finna run when you put Tyler in. They know it's 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1 or some shit. They know exactly what you finna do. You finna try to run Tyler right up the middle. Bijan was just eating though, and I love Tyler. Don't get me wrong. I do agree with that situation of putting Tyler in on short situations like that, but not every time. If Bijan is eating, let him eat. You get the 3rd and 1, Bijan that got you down the whole field, and then you call an obvious play.
mm,
and he ain't tired. He ain't tired. And you call an obvious play, and we get stuck on that one.
Yeah.
I don't get why and it's like they find a way every drive. Let's switch it up when it's working. If
Hmm.
it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Agreed. I agree with you 100%.
Because that's exactly why we have 100 more yards than they do at no point. Because when we get down there, he switch it up.
That's got to be the most Falcon stat ever, man. That is insane, bro. We outgained them by 109 yards and did not score a single point. I mean, bro, that's oh boy, gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
Now, one of their touchdowns was a pick six, and we did keep giving them the short field,
Yeah, and
turning
that's
the
what I was
ball over
talking
too.
about. That's what I was talking about the defense.
That was coaching too. Punch the
We
damn
put
ball.
we put them in bad positions today at least two or three times.
Yeah,
And you keep doing that, eventually that pressure's gonna break, right? So, you know, let's see. Pandemic. Craig says, I like we run the ball on a good consistent basis, but then Zach wants to change it up and call a screenplay.
yeah,
Yeah. And let
exactly.
me tell you something. I'm not a fan of wide receiver screen. If you want to run to a screen to Bijan, to Tyler, or even to Kyle inside the pocket, I'm okay with that. But to me, the disadvantage of a wide receiver screen is it's out wide. And unless you get it to him right away, a lot of things have to happen for that thing to go right. I'm not a fan of the wide receiver screen. If you want to run a screen from inside the pocket, I'm fine with that because it's a real let me get you the ball, and you can usually make 3 or 4 or 5 yards out of that. Wide receiver screens, if everything does not line up, a lot of times you end up losing yards. So I'm not a fan of the wide receiver screen unless you have the personnel to just run that perfectly. Mooney didn't look good today, by the way. Why and why do you run a wide receiver screen to Mooney? He's as big as nothing. Okay. You could clearly see he was bothered because he wasn't himself. He wasn't coming out of breaks like he should. He really couldn't get his hands up. It just he looked out of sorts. Mooney looked out of sorts today. He really did. I'm not gonna lie. He looked out of sorts. Um, let's see. Falcon Pandemic says, "Yep." At Craig, at Grits Blitz, just like he got called out on the Pivot podcast with Ryan about his personnel and play calling. Chrissy Lewis says, I don't know. Wait, I don't care if this is game three. We let Koo go after game two. You mean to tell me there are no competent OCs looking for a job or yearning to come out of retirement? Yeah, Chris is a good
Cool,
question. I don't know.
cool. And wouldn't that if they look confused with the offensive coordinator now, switching the offensive coordinator and bringing a whole new offense in right now, it's got to
Yeah,
look worse.
yeah. You pretty much got to go with the one that brung you. I agree with you there, Eric. Craig says I
You
still can't get
could
over. Go ahead.
you you could fire the offensive coordinator and replace him in house and keep running the same offense. But I think you don't want to see the offense at all.
I don't think you do either.
But it
Craig.
might be just his play calling though. It might not be the offense because of what I just said though. Like we'll be we consistently running the ball, and then let's try let's try switch it up. Let's do a screen pass out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
they
gonna be.
wasn't stopping the run. What are you doing?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Mooney looked bad today.
Yeah, he did.
Mooney,
Everybody did though. The only
no,
it was only two people that didn't look bad to me. Well, three.
Drake.
Drake, four. My bad. Drake, Pitt, Bijan, and Diaz,
Yeah. Well,
and
Ellis had a good game. Caden Ellis had a
yeah,
good.
Ellis, whatchamacallit didn't have a bad game neither. Pierce didn't quite get bad. Pierce be causing havoc, man. Pierce gonna make you move.
Yeah,
Pierce gets back there.
Yeah.
He might not get to him, but
No, he does. He does because he's the pit. Pierce is the reason that Ellis got his sack. How many sacks did we get today? One or two?
I want to say two, but I can't remember the second one. But I think it was enough.
Yeah, me either.
Or
Me.
no, I think it was almost one, and he got out, and he ended up getting a couple yards and running out of bounds. I think that's what I'm thinking about. I think it was that.
Yep. Yep. Agreed. Craig says I still can't get over the fact that Raheem bench penalty during the game, but didn't have the guts to do it to Kirk last year, and cost us the division. Christy Lewis says my poor little Falcons fan
Can I explain that?
is out of blood and bandages.
Can
We got Yuri in the chat. Yuri says, I came all the way to Carolina to watch this team embarrass themselves in the worst way, shaking my head. Lenny says, make Lenny Craig the new kicker already. Let's see. Craig says, I bet TJ Yates would call a better game since he is a former quarterback. Interesting point. Falcon Fandemic says, well at Eric Parker, but if you're bringing another OC that runs the same playbook, the coaching tree is vast. Yeah, okay. Falcon Fandemic says, Pierce has been a disruptor at least. Yeah, he has. Pierce has been really good, man. He has been really good. I'm not going to lie. He's been pretty good. Eric, next week, what do you think we see? Think this team's going to get it together?
Yeah, yep. We're not losing no more.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I
Yeah,
had to ask. Why did I even ask? Bobby D. Blaster Game says this might end up being a 28-3 Super Bowl setback.
this was a wake up call.
Yeah, and I think it is a wake-up call. I agree with you. I agree with you. The one thing I kept hearing throughout that entire game as it kept getting worse and worse is this team needs to feel this. They need to know how this feels so that they will never put themselves in this position again. That's all I kept hearing while I was watching the game. So maybe we did need it. Maybe in some strange way we learn from this and we don't put ourselves in this
Yeah,
position.
because that's what I'm saying. I don't think that was all coaching. That didn't look like all coaching. It looked like the team too on all aspects.
Yeah,
We was letting them run on us. We was letting them pass. We was letting them. I mean, they did what they wanted to do on offense and defense. We
yeah,
we weren't. It didn't look like just coaching. It
yeah,
didn't look like effort at some point.
yeah,
It didn't look like they were on the same page at some point.
yeah,
You know, it was all different aspects. That's what I'm saying. I can't like pinpoint just coaching, but I do agree that was a part of it. But with it being, and definitely since it's everything, is definitely coaching too. So it can't be everything and not be coaching. So it's definitely coaching. Is definitely involved in there.
yeah. Today was just a bad look, and I think Raheem's going to get an earful, um, and rightfully so. You know, this team looked unprepared.
I just hope he don't get shook like the rest of our coaches do when they get on the hot seat.
You know what, Eric? That is a good point. That is an excellent point. And I could not agree with you more. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, what my brother is referring to is there seems to be a pattern when you fall out of favor with Arthur Blank. And I'll give you two examples. One was when Mike Smith, it was clear that, Arthur Blank had told him, look, you're out of here, buddy. And remember that Detroit game where he was so shook, he was like, well, I had to call a timeout because if
That was
I didn't,
Cleveland.
then they would have. And we were kind of like, that was the point. You
That
had
was,
the lead. You wanted them to waste their timeouts. But
that was Cleveland. That wasn't Detroit.
that was Cleveland. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
And
I remember because after the game, first I remember.
wait. That
Go
wasn't
ahead.
the game when we played overseas, Eric. Are
No,
you sure?
no, yeah, we lost that one too. We lost to Detroit too in a similar fashion.
But that
It,
was That was
But
the
the
one where
timeout
he
that you're talking about, the timeout was the Cleveland game.
okay, okay.
But we did lose that game, and I forgot how much we was up at half because I remember I won tickets to the Cardinals game from that game. That was that overseas game where it wasn't even on TV because I remember I had to go to some restaurant. I forget what restaurant it was, but I remember it was me and one of my friends, and me and her were the only two people. Me, her, and this other dude were the only two people in there, and they were having like giveaways with tickets and stuff, and we was like winning everything because we the only ones in there. It's me and her against him. So we end up winning that was the Detroit game, but we was up like I think 20-0 at halftime or something. And then they go, whatever the score was, we was up big at halftime, and then they came back. That's the Detroit game. Now, the Cleveland game, we were up, and it was like less than a minute left. And I forget what happened, but the clock was running.
Hmm.
And we would have given them the ball back with like seconds left if he would have just let the clock run.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he calls the timeout, and then I was so mad when he did it. And then after the game, when I heard what he said, why he did it, man, I almost lost it. We was on the train, and the Browns fans was barking and shit. And you can ask Mario. I shut the whole train up. I was like, I was so fucking mad. I went off on the whole train. I was like, the next motherfucker bark again. Watch what happens. you ain't, you ain't in the stadium no more. You in Atlanta, bitch. Bark one more time. Watch what happens. I swear to God, the whole train got quiet as hell. I remember that game vividly. Yeah,
But
that was
hey,
definitely the Browns.
but you remember Mike Smith was so the point I'm making is that it seems to be that when Arthur Blank falls out of favor with you, coaches just get desperate and make dumb decisions of what we're saying. Because
Yeah,
there was a game where Mike Smith was like, the Falcons are winning. If Mike just lets the clock uh, go down, we win the game. But he called the timeout. And when they asked him why, he was like, well, they were going to call a timeout if I didn't. And I'm saying to myself, and you could
duh,
clearly
bitch.
was under
Then they
pressure.
would have had, and they threw the ball right down the middle of the damn field a couple of times and went down the field and used their timeout to kick
Right,
that field goal at the end with seconds left.
right,
Yep.
right,
And
right.
if you hadn't a fucking call timeout, they couldn't have went down the middle of the field was the whole point.
Right, right. And then there was it Dan Quinn where he kind of did the same thing? I don't know if it was a similar scenario, but it was kind of like afterwards they asked him a question and his answer was like, "What the hell?"
I
And
can't
so
remember what it was with Quinn, but yeah, Quinn had a bonehead moment too.
yeah, but what we're saying is for whatever reason, when Arthur Blank falls out of favor with the coach, they tend to just get desperate and make really bad decisions. So hopefully, the whole point of us bringing up this story is hopefully this does not happen with Raheem and he just start doing, silly stuff. Lucy and John Moreno says, real talk, Falcons need to fire the special team coach and re-sign Koo ASAP before he signs with someone else.
But he was good last week.
No, I
The
don't.
special teams but nah, seriously though.
Oh, the coach,
I
he
mean,
was
I
good last week. But I don't look it. I don't care what happens. Koo has been going through this for a year and a half. Okay. And look it, the first kick, that was the win. The second one, it was 55. It was a career long. He did not make it. Koo is missing 40-yard kicks.
yeah, but
Now,
I'm not even just talking about cool. I'm talking about special teams as a whole. They looked great last week,
they did look
and
great
then
last.
they did not look good this week.
They looked terrible this week.
But
They
the whole team, everybody looked good last week. I mean, we didn't look all that hot passing last week, but I think that was more so Minnesota's defense taking away that deep pass. The rest of the run game was great last week. The defense was great last week. Everything looked like a whole different team last week.
yeah.
They didn't look bad against the Bucks.
They did. They didn't look bad at all against the Bucks.
Nah, it looked like a good defense against the Bucks. It just looked like Baker kept escaping.
Yeah.
I say that stupid penalty at the end with Root, and then we still should have won that game if Hodge had paid attention or not tripped, whatever happened right there at the end. That was six right there. We were still in position to win that game. And Koo don't miss the field goal. It was all kind of ways where we should have won that game. So they played a good game then. We was in position to actually win the game. Should have won it.
Yeah, today's the first game where I saw that we didn't give a good this was just awful.
Through no
This was
quarter.
just
I mean, when we first came out, the offense looked okay then, but the defense didn't even look good on the first drive with them.
yeah,
They went straight down the field.
they did. They did. Bobby D. Blasting Game says, I've followed a lot of Bijan's football career. I've never seen him look as low as he did today. Yeah, everybody, yeah. No, I could well, he probably was like, I can't believe this happened. Yuri was like, I'm afraid of what Marcus Mariota is gonna do to us next week if he plays. It's sad that this has to be a concern. Shaking my head. I look, I just
We
don't think
winning next week.
yeah, we are winning next week. I don't think our Falcons got up for this game. I really think they looked past Carolina because they thought, like, what a lot of people thought is okay, well, we're just gonna go in and thump this team. And I guess everybody
If
forgot
that's the case, shame on them. Because you should never overlook no team, no matter what
you
the fans
shouldn't.
saying. We as
You
fans
shouldn't.
can overlook somebody, but the team should never do that. So that's again, we back to coaching.
You shouldn't, but I really feel like they did. Looking at that effort, I really feel like they did overlook them. There's no
Yeah.
doubt in my mind they overlooked them.
I mean, like I keep saying, I can't argue with none of it. 'Cause I haven't been. I don't think I've been in this situation since what 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last time I remember something, and it was the Panthers then. That's the last time I remember something. But we was playing the undefeated Panthers then. We wasn't playing the 0-2 Panthers.
Well, I guess we thought we were playing the undefeated Panthers today. I don't know what the hell happened. Dcash says, "What happened, little brother?" Well, Dcash, hey man, you guys got this one, okay? But guess what? You got to come to the Benz, and I got a feeling that's going to be a different game. You definitely have to come to the Benz, but hey, man, I'm not going to front. You guys came out today. You guys clearly wanted it more. You guys got it, but I really don't feel like you won. I feel like we lost. I feel like we just didn't show up. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Craig says Raheem feels like a bad on the sideline by popping his gum while wearing his capris. Oh, Craig, why you gotta go there? Dcash, y'all sad as stop with the excuses. All right, Dcash, I'll give you that we won the game. Oh, he's in his moment now. He's in his bag. What was y'all saying 2 days ago? Y'all was playing the Smurfs. Well, let's be honest, D. I mean, your
Yeah, I
quarterback
still the
he is
Smurfs. You
a Smurf.
still 1-2.
He is a Smurf. He is a Smurf. He is. He's still a smart. Look, you got one game, and that's cool. That's cool. I'm not taking that from you. But we'll see you again. We will see you again. All is well. Raheem says, I'm sorry, Craig says Raheem has probably lost the locker room. You think so, Craig? I don't know about that. I
I
don't know.
don't know. I don't think so because the players really love Raheem from what I know. Now I don't know personally. I don't have a friend on the Falcons
Right.
that can actually tell me. But from what I've seen from being at practice and watching them like interact with him, it don't seem like nobody dislikes Raheem. I don't
No, I
think
would
he's
agree.
a. I
I would.
think he's more of a player's coach than he is a. I think fans more so dislike Raheem than the players.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Yuri says no game is ever a should win game for the Falcons. Laugh out loud. I never take a game lightly. Well, I think they did, Yuri, and I don't think they should have. I agree with you. Lucian John Moreno, Real Talk Falcons has too much talent to get blown out. And who's in the hell is responsible for that? Come on, guys. DCAS says no. The Panthers won't believe it. Okay, D, we'll see. We will
I
see you.
mean, ain't even gone. Y'all won.
They
Y'all,
did.
y'all, that
They won it. They got it. They got it.
you know, you.
They got it.
I can't. I don't think y'all have a better team than us.
I don't think so either. I don't.
But
But
y'all showed
they
up
played
today.
like it today. They
Yeah,
did. They
y'all
did.
showed up and y'all played like y'all wanted to win today and you won.
Yep, they did. They did. Monte Carlo says desperate times calls for desperate measures. DCash says we'll see y'all again. Craig Grits Blitz says I'm just judging it by the player's body language because it's the same thing, different year. Well, hey man, Craig, I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I don't think so, but I mean, hey, I mean, look,
My thing with and I don't. That's why I can't say either way because it seemed like you should have came out the locker room with some fire after coming out that first half looking, but you came out
seem
worse.
that way. It would seem that way. Yeah, it would definitely seem that way. No doubt about it. Monte Carlo says Panthers did their homework. They was on every outlet. It's our coaching that's killing us. And you might be right. And you might be right.
Nah, it wasn't just the coaching though. Some of that it Pitts was open a couple of times. I think on both of them interceptions, Pitts was
Yeah.
open,
Yeah.
and he just didn't look at Pitts. Now I don't know if he didn't have enough time to look at Pitts whatever the reason was, but Pitts wasn't open. I don't know if this got something to do with the headset or what, but Penix didn't look good, and that wasn't just coaching. Penix didn't look good today.
No, he did.
He
He
had a couple of passes that was off the mark, and
yeah, it was a bad effort by everybody, man.
it didn't look like the receivers were on the same page as him.
It didn't.
It's like I'm saying, it's like every phase of the game had their moments where they all looked bad at some point.
Yeah. It looked like the Twilight Zone, man, like we said. Rodney Avery says, I would fire Morris immediately. We should have hired Harbaugh by any means necessary. Same old Falcons. Craig says the only rivalry the Panthers have is Belichick. Wow. Falcon Pandemic, yeah, at Craig Grisblitz, everybody's body language changed as the game went on. Hey man, we were getting a beat down. I get it. I get it. It was something. Bobby D says, nah, man, that wasn't on Pitts today. It was on everybody for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Pitts had a good game. Pitts, Drake, they didn't look bad. Pitts, Drake, Mooney didn't have a good game.
Mooney looked bad, man.
Yeah,
Mooney looked like he's still injured. That's how he looked. Uh let's see. Craig says the
he didn't
Falcons
even
need
look
a man.
injured to me. He just looked bad.
No, he looked injured. He looked injured.
Like
He was not.
that one catch on the sideline that he
Well,
should have
no, it
caught.
wasn't just that. He wasn't coming out of his breaks. He was not coming out of his breaks. He was not able to maneuver. Like, he looked bad. That's just my opinion. Now, again, I don't. Everybody's different, but in my opinion, he did not look like Mooney today. Because when Mooney is Mooney, he's coming in and out of breaks. He's open. He gets his feet down. He did not look like Mooney today. That's
Yeah,
what I would say. Craig, the Falcons need a man eater like Brown from the Panthers. And JCD Strange, and welcome to the show, JCD Strange. I don't know that I've ever seen you in here. So welcome to For My ATL Sports One on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. He says, gosh freaking darn it. I'm paraphrasing. Yuri, my guy Yuri says, why do we keep making the worst teams in the NFL, Panthers and the Saints, look good? Shaking my hand. Bobby D. Blasted Game says, Mooney playing catch up for being out all preseason. And maybe that's the case, Bobby D. That could be the case, but he just looked all sorts of out
yeah,
of sorts.
I don't get that why people keep even saying the preseason thing. Okay,
Well, he was hurt.
preseason
He was hurt.
preseason is if they had played preseason, we in week 3 now. If they had played preseason, you talking about playing what 2-3 drives, and so I'm gonna give you 20 plays. So going out there playing 20 plays and Not the plays that we running. We running very vanilla plays that they're not finna run during the game. It's supposed to make them more prepared. I don't understand the logic behind that. Why? But like, I got a homeboy that keeps trying to tell me that too, and I just don't get the logic of why you think that's affecting them now in week 3.
Well, I think pertaining to Mooney, he was injured all preseason. So he really didn't get a chance to get out there and maneuver. And I'm thinking that's what he's referencing because this was I think this was his first.
Yeah,
I think it was. So I mean,
I
either
get
way,
that. I more so get it with Mooney than I do when people just say, "Well, man, they
right,
should have put the starters in." And because
right,
I don't. I mean, what did you just? Do you think if they got hit for them 2 drives because they were still practicing the routes, they were still practicing throwing each other in practice. They still doing everything else in practice, and
yeah,
especially when they going up against other teams, they running plays in practice then. But in the preseason game, they're not even running plays. They're not running real plays. Nobody's
yeah.
running real plays. You
No,
you
go ahead.
so I mean I don't get that logic where people can but I've seen it wasn't just his I just responded like that because I've seen it a couple of times. It wasn't just his comment because I get his comment more than I do the rest of them. He was talking specifically about Moon. That
Yeah,
makes no
no, no, no.
sense.
Bro, I get it. I 100% get it. Believe you me when I say I 100% get it. I look, you will not you're not gonna get an argument from me out of that. JCD Strange says, never seen them play a bad game like this by them. Been a fan since 2005, was in my mid-teens. Well, hey man, I've been a Falcons fan for a long time, so we suffer together, JCD. But again, man, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel, and you are welcome to come back anytime you like, man. Atlanta Falcon Fandemic says, love the paraphrasing T Will. And JCD Strange says, and hi. And back at you, JCD. Atlanta Falcon Pandemic says, Craig at Grits Blitz. I wouldn't say elite, but I truly believe Nick Nash and Chris Blair should be on this team. Yeah, I think Mooney is still, I think Mooney is still hurt, and I think Chris Blair or Nick Nash, one of them should have played today. Pandemic, thank you for that because that's where I was going. That is exactly where I was going. Let Mooney heal up. Let
Yeah,
him heal up.
I
Don't
agree.
rush back because I mean you know what I mean. You're not getting his best because he's not at his best.
Right.
Dixon Way, what up, Dixon Way? For those of you guys who don't know Dixon Way is a content creator. He is basically a commentator. He comments on all of the Atlanta sports games. So, if you don't want to hear the regular broadcasters, you can tune into his channel. He does Braves, Falcons, Bulldogs, Hawks, Dream, and even some Florida Gators because his lovely wife is a Florida Gators fan. But Dixon Way is just an outstanding commentator, outstanding podcaster, and somebody I call a friend. So if you guys get a chance, go check out his channel. JCD Strange is everything is messed up. Oh, is messed up. Unbelievable against the Panthers. Was thinking would have been against the Vikings. Hey man, that's fair. Uh,
Yeah, that would have made more sense to me too.
it would
If
have.
it had
It
been
would
the
have.
Vikings that did that, and
It
then we
would have.
lost, and then we beat the Panthers like we did the Vikings, that would have made more sense to me.
Yeah.
according
It,
to the teams last year,
yeah.
but
It really would have. No,
yeah,
I
but
agree.
after week 1 and week 2, to see that week 3 made absolutely no sense. Look, where did that come from?
None at all. None at all. I still have no idea. Lucy and John Moreno, darn it, when your team is supposed to win and then lose, as a real Falcons fan, it hurts. So who's responsible for the for the loss? Hey, hey,
The
Lucy and
Falcons.
John Moreno, pace yourself, brother. Pace yourself. Look at man.
All of them. You can point a finger at whoever you want to, but it's all of them because
Pace
you can
yourself.
point several fingers. It's not
You
it
can.
wasn't
You
just
can.
even just
I don't
like
think you. I don't
it
think
was
you have enough fingers to point, Eric.
not
But
exactly. That's why I said the whole team lost that. They just
yeah,
played like ass.
yeah, they did. But hey, Lucy and John Moreno, it's okay. We're gonna come back next week. We're gonna win. Just pace yourself. Pace yourself. Pace yourself. It's a long season. It's gonna be okay. JCD Strange, defense, offense, kicking, pass rush. Nothing was good. Amen. Dixon Way, it's different when someone is trying to tear your head off or in a practice setting with another team. Penix only had 4 stars prior to the season, but he doesn't need more snaps. Make me understand. JCD, thanks, man. I tune in a lot of channels, usually find a bunch of new streams to get into. Think this was in here, Bucks game. Okay. All right. Well, hey, man, again, welcome. Well, anytime you want to come back, brother, you are welcome to. Dixon Way says, please can I come up? Okay, Dixon Way, no problem. Let me drop the give me one sec, Dixon Way. Give me one sec. Da 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 da. Where are we here? Oh Lord. I see this is how you know you're 55 when your eyes begin to fail you. Give me a sec, guys. I'm so sorry, not trying to make you guys wait. I know you didn't come in here for that. There you go, Dixon Way. There you go, brother. All right, Dixon Way, you're in. Let's see. Juan Solo. Juan, what up, Juan Solo? How you doing, man? I don't think I've ever seen you in here. So welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the channel for my ATL Sports One and YouTube. And welcome. And if you have been here, I apologize. I don't think I've seen you in here. So welcome to the show. Juan Solo says, I guess we left that defense in Minnesota. Did they stop by Magic City on the way to the Panthers? Hey, man. Magic City does have great wings. I mean, that's why I used to go is, of course, the wings. Great wings. Okay, those lemon pepper wings are great. They're outstanding. JCD Strange says Vikings beat the mess out of the Bengals today, and the Bengals was undefeated. Makes no sense. Bobby D Blasting Game says I'm ready for Hawks basketball now. This dream Falcons and Braves has gotten us wanting to watch paint dry. Hey, Bobby, it's all good. Eric, give me your thoughts on next week, man. What do we
They're
think?
gonna win next week because everybody gave them up again. That's when they win. When this just like after the first week when the Bucks won and everybody was pissed off and giving up. Then when they do it again, they gonna win again.
Yeah,
They gotta reel you back in.
they got to do something. They got to do something, man. They got to do something, bro. Got to do something, bro.
But I don't know what I would just watch today. That was crazy.
That was a Twilight Zone, bro. It's funny you said that because that is absolutely how I felt watching that. Like, what in the hell is going on? Like, does somebody have somebody's kids held hostage? Like, did we miss something? Like, what is going on? That was my prevailing thought for this. JCD Strange says, "Yep, whole team this game made it turn out way it did." Shaking my head. JCD says, "I heard Raheem was smiling at the end, but I stopped watching and watched the Steelers game after Penix threw the second interception." Let's see. Craig says, I'm sorry, everyone. I'm just crashing out. Hey, Craig, look, man, you are amongst friends and family, sir. It is okay. Okay? That is a normal response. And dagnammit, Craig, you crash out. Do what you need to do, brother. It's gonna be okay.
It ain't cussing me out. You pissed off because you because the team lost. I completely understand that.
100%.
I go off too. I just don't post about it on social media, but I go off too. I don't post
Oh,
about it on theirs because I don't like when somebody else uses what I said to go against the prophet.
yeah. I get it. I get it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Larry from the Dixon Way in here. A content creator who is outstanding, a gentleman that I respect and appreciate. Larry, how you doing, man? I know this is a tough one. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. Let's get to it, Larry. Give me your thoughts.
What's happening, Larry?
What's going on, guys? Appreciate you having me on, Will. As always, this game was almost as bad as the new Superman movie. Um,
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh, he dropped one. He dropped
I
one
had,
on us.
I
Yeah, he
had to get
did.
that in there.
He
It's the
did.
truth.
Yeah, you did. He dropped
This
one
was
there.
this was probably equivalent to the new Superman movie, like for
Oh
real, for
man. Oh
real.
man.
I got a lot of thoughts. I do disagree with you guys about the whole preseason thing, not because I value preseason so much. How many football games have Michael Penix played uh, prior to uh,
I think NFL football games
into
five
this season?
to this season three
Yeah.
to this season three. NFL football games three.
Okay. If there was any need for not just our young quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
uh, did our offense coordinator call plays in the preseason? No, Yates did. Our quarterback coach did. I'll answer that. I don't need nobody to answer it. Yates did.
It's
Right.
a rhetorical
Um,
question.
our
Okay.
first year coordinator needed more reps. It seemed like he's trying to figure out his new toy and don't know what to do with it. Look,
Okay.
mom, I got a new toy.
Okay.
Well,
I would
son,
agree with that. I agree with that. But see, my thing is with saying that we did that in the joint practices where he's calling the plays. Then
okay, another pushback on that. Joint practices are a controlled situation. You can tell the coaches, this is what I want to work on today. They'll say, cool, we want to work on this. All of it's controlled. You know what they're going to do. They know what you're going to do. Guess what? Everybody pay patty cake, put pillows underneath their heads. And yes, that ain't a real situation when somebody trying to tear your hair off.
Okay.
Now, especially with guys who trying to make the NFL, trying to tear your head off. Um, I look, guys, I don't know what it is to step on an NFL field. I don't have any dreams of grandeur. I got the jersey on. I could never play with those guys. You know what I'm saying? What I do know is for being a little kid and playing football, you don't learn and get acclimated to football unless you play football. Period. You can't run out there in shorts and no pads and think you're getting reps in. And oh yeah, you're getting reps in, and it can be muscle memory. But to me, guys, I'm going back to the part that we're trying to establish a winning culture here in Atlanta. If we're the Chiefs and we got 3 championships under our belt within a span of, yeah, even if we're the Eagles who got 2 championships within 8 years, yeah, we don't need no freaking preseason. We got a tradition here. We got a tradition of winning here. We got a winning culture here. We're trying to build that, guys. And I don't feel like being stubborn to a fault is a way, like, I'll put it like this, guys.
so
If you never achieved anything and you say you want to skip a process that you're seeing other teams do, you don't feel like it's necessary, you feel like health is more important. Guys, when you get hurt, you're gonna get hurt. You're playing a violent sport. You're not playing a contact sport, you're playing a violent sport. What Kirby Smart said, you're playing an impact sport. You're not playing a violent sport. You're playing
okay,
a position sport. So you can't save anyone from an injury, guys. You can't.
so
You can't, I can't, the coaching staff. You're gonna get injured.
so
So
when do you evaluate your talent?
evaluation is going all the time. But even if you don't value
But
the
you can't
one,
hit during practice. It's against NFL rules
So
for you to excessively hit during practice. So this is the
yes,
only time you
exactly.
get to evaluate the rest of your talent, other than the starters, to
You're
find a
making my
new
point about
talent to go
preseason.
along with your starters.
You're making my point about preseason and just practice against someone, another team, scrimmaging. You can't really hit. You just told yourself the answer. That's why you play preseason game, brother.
Okay, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying
All
is
right, go ahead.
when if you putting your players in there to warm up, because that's essentially what you're saying. They need to warm up and practice playing the offense during the preseason. They need to really go out there and try to win this preseason game. They need to put the offense in there, put the defense in there, and get reps in. They need to warm up. So,
Yes.
but with doing that, you're not allowing yourself to, unless you're gonna put them in there for one drive. You're not allowing yourself to evaluate the talent against other teams to figure out who you got that to go along with your starter.
Okay, I understand about the joint practices and the importance of the joint practice, but I remember going out to Flowery Branch and them having 2-a-days
Yeah, but they
joint
don't do
practice.
that no more.
Oh no,
The
I know
NF
that.
the NFL don't allow that no more. Is the
I
thing
know,
when
I
when
know that.
preseason
Okay.
when preseason back in the day, they still had preseason, but they allowed you to hit during practice, so you could really evaluate your talent in practice back in the day,
Yes,
and
back in the
and
day.
and then
Back in the
during
day.
preseason you could use for a warm up. But now I'm thinking they're using that to evaluate the talent because you don't get a chance to do that in practice. You can't really hit in practice. You already know who's starting. I know
Mhm.
Bijan don't need to warm up. I know Drake don't need to warm up. I know who doesn't need to warm up, who's definitely starting. So they're using that as this time is to evaluate talent. Unless you're talking about going down the field one or two times and then pulling them out. If you want them in there for a whole quarter to actually warm up, you taking away from evaluating your talent.
Guys, I just need to interject something here. Not
Oh
not
yeah, go
not
ahead, go ahead.
trying to cut you guys off. Rodney
Right.
Avery says, I had the pleasure to speak with Mr. Blank the day before the draft. He was informed of my battle with cancer and was supposed to allow me to speak to the players for additional inspiration. He also goes on to say he never called him back. Well, number one, Mr. Rodney Avery, I don't know if you're still battling it, but I just want you to know, man, hey, we are here for you. We are praying for you. And we just want you to be okay. If you beat it, then great. If you're still battling it, then we are with you. Eric and I's biological father passed away from cancer. I believe we have an uncle that passed away from cancer. So hey, um, I'm trying to stop cursing, but I believe I speak for everybody when I say fuck cancer. We're here for you. We are here with you, and we're praying for you, brother. And hey,
Straight
man,
up.
just wanted to get that
Yeah.
out there. Didn't mean to cut you guys off,
Oh no,
gentlemen.
no, no problem. No problem. That's way
Go,
more serious than what we're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah. Go right ahead and get back to what you were saying. I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. Okay, so I understand about the limitations with the collective bargaining agreement. I understand that. And that kind of leads me to why. Because it's not just about who's gonna start or not. Football is all about repetition. Any sport is really, what I'm saying, especially with football, the ultimate team sport. It's about the chemistry. Now we couldn't do nothing about Darnell Mooney because he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? But everyone else seemed like they're a little bit off kilter. And again, when you have Zach Robinson, he got a brand new toy. We are allergic to playing under center. Like it's to the point like, does Michael Penix even feel comfortable playing under center? Because that's how you're coaching him. We're in the shotgun or pistol 99.9% of the time in the game. We started out like this last year, but we was with Kirk Cousins, and everybody and their mama said, but even the national media was getting on him like, why are we having Kirk Cousins in the pistol 95% of the time when he's the best play action quarterback in the National Football League? Then he kind of tinkered with his offense then. Look,
Mm,
guys, last year, the first 3 or 4 games was preseason. It's happening again. Okay, we can call it whatever. And look at this. Why in back-to-back games can we not get the call in to our quarterback? We got to use timeouts.
Yeah,
Why,
that's
why
got
do
to
we get we went
agree.
back-to-back penalties again in back-to-back games? That is inexcusable.
Agree. Agree.
All of this stuff is it's like adding up. It ain't just about evaluating players. The players that's starting need chemistry with each other. That the offensive coordinator is 1 year into the game. He ain't never called the game in his life. Now he's in his second year, making the same mistakes he did last year. He needed to call plays. Like, why are we so nonchalant about, oh, we got this? I know he's going to be this. I know we're going to do that. What have we won to warrant that? You know what I'm saying? Yes, we all feel like we have the talent, but guess who's going to go down with Raheem if he fails? Terry. Does everybody feel? I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about Terry.
What I do, Dixon? What I do nothing.
Who's going to go down with him? And
Yeah.
everyone to a man feel like we finally accumulated enough talent on offense and defense. There's not any reason that we shouldn't score one single point in the NFL game with all of these top 5 picks we spent on offense. It is, I know McGarry is out. I understand. But when you get down that far, Bijan and running the ball was out because you basically was running the clock out for them. And I have to admit, Michael looked inaccurate. This was the worst game he's ever played in the Falcons uniform. He was chucking stuff in the ground. He was overthrowing people. The timing with him and Darnell Mooney was way off on out routes. And while all of our routes, have we run a deep post yet? Have we run a post fade? Have we? Our playbook consists of deep outs, short outs, or curls. Yeah. Tell me I'm lying.
You're not lying.
Or screen.
And teams see that and they're taking it away.
Exactly. So Mike looked bad, but the play calling is so predictable. When we run out of the shotgun, have Bijan 5 yards behind a quarterback who's 5 yards behind the line, and then have the tight end right there as a fullback in front of him, 3 yards close to the line. That's a run play. We are so predictable. You know what I'm saying? So I can sit there and call out every play you can, and I'm sitting on my big comfy couch. What are people getting paid millions of dollars to dissect your offense? Now, does Michael Penix like throwing over the middle? Because do we throw over the middle? Outside of curl. Outside of curl, do we throw a skinny post over the middle? No.
Honestly, Larry, I got to be honest. From what I saw today, right, I think one major concern that we have, well, in my opinion, is, again, like you say, I'm at home on the couch. Is it that Zach Robinson feels like that offensive line cannot provide time to get deep routes down the field? And the reason I say that is because when we tried to do it, we gave up sacks, right? Now, again, I don't know. I'm asking, and I'm asking the panel. Eric,
it's a coverage sack, though. It's a coverage sack because they're not open when he is doing it. They're not getting open down there, and I think that's why he's not doing it, because teams are everybody knows Michael Penix has this beautiful deep ball. So take the deep ball away. I'm gonna make you beat me with your short passes, or I'm gonna take the deep ball in mid range away, and I'm gonna make you you're gonna keep running the ball, which that's what I was getting at earlier. I don't understand why he stops. I honestly don't get why he stops. Man, run the bitch down their throat. If they're not gonna stop it, why do you keep switching it up? Yeah. And he switches it up and tries something crazy, and that's when we start trying to kick a field goal again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I agree with that, brother. 100%. You're trying to be cute. That's the
whole. But see, that's my point.
I got a new toy.
That's my point. I don't think preseason fixes that with him. I don't think putting the starters in preseason fixes that with him. but because you talking about one or two drives with the starters in, three tops, and that's even if they're not successful. You're not leaving them out there more than three drives.
Okay,
I
but
don't think that. I don't think that changes in week. I don't think that changes the performance you just had in week three. Now, if they had did this week one, I would absolutely agree with you. I would agree with everything you said. They should have
we
warmed up.
did do it in
They was
week one,
not
bro.
ready. The what?
Oh, we did it in week one. We just didn't run the ball well. It's either or. We either pass it well and don't run it well.
No, we didn't
We
look like
run it
this
well.
in week one though. I'm
And
talking about
pass,
if
no,
we.
no, I'm talking about with the running game, we look inept. The running game look inept in the first game. Passing
Yeah,
game, good. Okay.
but the running
Even
game
though it
looked
was,
good last game. That's what I'm talking about. If this had been the first game, then I would absolutely agree that yeah, it looked like they needed to warm up. It looked like the starters needed to warm up or
passing
something.
game was bad last game, brother. It was a running game. The passing game was horrible last game. The only
That's what
difference
I was
was is
talking
the
about.
Vikings. The only difference was the Vikings run defense was even worse, and Bijan went off. Like
Right.
Yeah.
if we couldn't run the ball like we did against the Vikings, it would have looked like this. We played against a worse quarterback, basically, and
It, it, it,
we kept our foot on their neck and kept running the ball, like you
right,
said
but
we
we
should have
went
been
from talking about the pass to the run to the pass. So at one point, they've all had a game where they didn't look like preseason affected them.
Yeah.
No, my offensive coordinator can't get a healthy balance on his team. It's not. It's not just the
I
players.
agree with that, but
It's
I
not just
don't.
the players for me.
In week
That's
three,
that's
I
a
don't
Malik
think
Boyd type of guy.
preseason would have changed a couple of drives in preseason would have changed that. Is what I'm saying. It's the
Mm.
whole preseason. I don't think that would have changed what he did in week three. Week one and week two, I don't know what happened from week one to week two. We didn't look this bad in week one or week two on no
Yeah.
aspect.
Yeah. No. And I agree with that. Guys, we got to get to the chat. Karina says
Yeah,
this was
get
not
to
the
the chat.
same
Hold on,
team
right
from
back.
Minnesota. To see this in person hurt even more. I'm sorry you had to see that. JCD Strange says, if I had season tickets, I'd be missing games coming after today. Savagely Uncut, who does podcast with my guy Debo Vide. Savagely Uncut, how you doing? Hey, oh my guys, what happened? We don't know. We're still shaking our heads savagely. JCD says, never thought about that or looked at, but nope, throws over the middle. He don't do them. Atlanta Falcon Fact Demon. Wait, y'all. We ran the post to Deep Routes with Penix last season and connected more often than not. So this rides on Zach Robinson. Craig says, I believe Penix is getting frustrated because he wants to air it out deep, but we can or won't. And guys, he might be on to something that day. Because Karina says Freddie says hi. Hey Freddie, how you doing? I think Craig is on to something because if you look at Penix today, Penix looked dejected. And at times he did look frustrated, specifically on that play where it's third and whatever, and you can't get the play in. Like he did look frustrated today. So there may be something to that. Bobby D. Blasting Game says, I feel like burning my Matt Ryan jersey, and he didn't even play. Oh man, come on, Bobby D. Karina says, Freddie says hi. Gage, the caller makes sense. If a team can't score any points, that's bad. Gage, welcome to the show. I don't know that I've seen you in here, but welcome. We are glad to have you. Welcome to
Welcome,
former
welcome.
HBO Sports One on YouTube. And hey, man, again, just glad to have you, buddy. Welcome. Feel free to come back anytime you'd like. Gentlemen, Penix, and I agree with Craig. Penix looked just about as frustrated as I've ever seen him look today. Do you guys think that he's frustrated with not getting the play calling in, the play calling itself? Guys, give me your thoughts.
I think Phoenix is frustrated with not being able to put the ball where he wanted to today. I seen him get frustrated in practice one day with the same. It was that one day where they was talking about he missed a couple passes,
Okay.
and yeah, he will get frustrated if he's missing from what I've seen. If he's not completing the passes,
Okay.
and it looks like it's on him. Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's why he was frustrated. I don't think he's frustrated with Zach. I don't think he's comfortable enough in the NFL to cuss the offensive coordinator out yet to
Uh,
to know to be frustrated with Zach yet. But yeah,
okay. That's fair. Larry, what you think?
Um, I saw this in the Minnesota game. I saw it today. When you have a quarterback that's sitting there waiting for the play to be called in, and you're breaking out of the huddle at 6 and 8 seconds,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
ridiculous.
That's coaching.
I mean, like, did you not mention that
And
in your meetings coming out of the Minnesota game? Like, hey, we got to, hey, Zach, can we get these plays in? I see my court. No, he was cursing at him out. You didn't see they showed Michael Penix like, get me the
no, they saying that he's saying there's something wrong with the headset, like the headset ain't working. They ain't saying he cussing Zach out. They saying he cussing because there's something wrong with the headset, like he can't hear. But
it
two
happened
games in a
today.
row.
It happened today though. No,
Yeah.
they were saying
That's what I'm talking about.
that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, E. They were
I'm the
saying that
way.
it was he
I'm
couldn't
with this
hear it,
way.
but
Yeah,
when
but
you had the same reaction this
yeah,
game, and
yeah.
then
Right.
after you
Even
took the
even if
timeout,
it is the headset, why is that two games in a row with the headset? Why didn't you
man,
check the equipment before the game if this shit happened last game?
it's not the
Whatever it
headsets,
is,
brother.
it shouldn't be happening two games in a row.
It's not the
Yeah.
headsets. And then when you come out of timeout, you still take the penalty in back-to-back
Yeah,
game.
that
That
can
is
never
Yep.
happen.
preparation.
That cannot
That
happen.
is
That
lack
can
of
never happen.
see
Yeah.
everything that
Agreed.
I'm talking about is attention to detail. Okay.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
when you get to the point, you be like, I don't need that. I just want to be, healthy. I don't need to worry about that. He's fine. And guess what? My beautiful wife just informed me. She saw a clip. Someone put a clip up. Raheem said, I'm not worried about Michael Penix's confidence. Bro, you do not. And I repeat, if Caleb Williams can get out there and play and they don't yank him, I don't care if the game is over. You do not take your franchise quarterback out of the game for a journeyman who you bench and gave him the job. When I see my franchise quarterback head down like this on the bench looking distraught, and that is a fireable offense. And I did not stutter 1 second. There is no way you do that to Michael Penix Jr. if you believe he is the future. You do not. And I repeat, there is no excuse. And he gonna get on that podium and say, I don't worry about Mike's confidence. He'll be okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
You gotta mute yourself. You all right, Larry? You okay? so
You
so
don't do that, man. You
let me
don't do
ask you
that.
this. Let me
That was
ask
just like last night when you said I wanted to cuss.
you.
My son
Yeah.
running around.
Uh,
That was another moment.
I saw
Another
that.
moment.
I saw you struggling with it. Hey, let me ask you this. And I look it. It is what it is, man. Larry, you and I are both. We've been around a while. Even though you look good, man. You do not look your age, and I look 10 years older, and I'm jealous. And I just want you to know that.
I was
But
blessed by my mama and daddy.
yes, you was.
R.I.P.
Amen. Amen. Um, and my brother was blessed because he's 6'2" or whatever. Thank you, Dad.
Hey,
Anyway,
it's 44 to sleep.
it's with the Saints. Okay. But
Yeah.
no, in all seriousness, look it. Some would argue, and I look, I'm not saying right or wrong, but some would argue that Kirk has years behind his name. He's got multiple 3,500, 4,000-yard seasons. To your point, this is Penix's 5th or 6th game. He clearly did not look like he was into it. Now, you want to blame the headset, that's fine, but that throw on the side where you can't see, you cannot make that throw. You cannot
Nope,
make that
you
throw. He was
cannot.
clearly off target. So this, and again, I'm not saying
And
either or.
Penix know better than that.
He does. So this could have been a teachable moment, right? And Raheem isn't going to come out and say that. We don't know the conversation that he had with Penix. Would I have done it? Probably not. But that doesn't mean it's not an effective tool. And I'm gonna be honest with you, just reading Penix's body language, he did not look like he was there from the get. Now, again, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't play the game. I'm not an athlete. Take that for what you want it to
Yeah.
be. But maybe, and I'm just saying maybe, okay? Because I'm not saying right or wrong. As far as I'm concerned, this entire loss is on the coaching staff, period. Because those guys did not seem prepared. I know they didn't execute, but they didn't seem prepared. Okay.
No, they did not.
And the other thing about it is when you have your star running back to come out and say in the first game, hey, they were in formations that we hadn't seen before. We weren't prepared. And I don't think Bijan is a messy kind of person. He's not.
No.
He
was telling the truth.
He shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have said that. But I'm beginning to see a pattern develop, right? And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not coming at anybody.
Okay, say that Larry did it.
I'm saying I am beginning to see a pattern emerge. And that is we did not look prepared today. And Bijan, I'm not gonna put it on him. We didn't look prepared today. Okay, I'll leave it at that. So we gotta because no, I mean, look it. To Eric's point, everybody deserves a little of the blame. No, we didn't look prepared, but we did not play worth a plug nickel either. We were.
I mean, you
all
could pick out a couple people that had a good game, but I mean, you could pick out a bunch of people that had a bad game on both sides of the ball. On special teams and everything.
Yeah. And that's fair. That's fair, guys. That is fair. Well, look it, man. Hopefully,
even the punter.
Yeah,
everyone.
Everybody.
There was an unredeemable quality about that game, man.
No,
it really wasn't. We got a muff punt and we went backwards 5 yards. That was
so
literally
bad.
nothing.
So
we didn't
bad.
cause that. That was a Carolina fault. We didn't cause that. So again, we didn't do anything in that game redeemable. Literally nothing in that game we did outside of, fall on a ball that was muffed by the punt returner. That's the only thing we did good in that entire game.
We didn't do nothing with that.
Koo just said, Koo sitting back like this.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I mean,
Koo would have missed one of them field goals, though.
Oh no, he would have. He definitely would have. But
if he wouldn't have missed both of them, he would have missed at least one.
Yeah.
Look, man, I don't even care about that because I told people in the chat, I was like, "What if Koo was here or not? It didn't matter. That guy missing kicks didn't matter. So we lose 30-6, 30-9. So what? We still would have got our butts whooped.
Yeah.
BTB, belts to butts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it really didn't matter. Those kicks did not matter.
Yeah.
Overall, we were not prepared. Special teams, offense, and defense. We weren't prepared.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
And the sad part is we have so much talent on this team. That's you know what I mean? We have the talent that we have on this team. We can make a deep run in the playoffs. But to your point, coaching has to be better. That's just the bottom line. Coaching has to be better, man.
Yes.
There's no way around it. There's no way around it. If we have any aspirations of doing anything this year, couple things got to be fixed. Number one, those plays have to be in quicker. Whatever you got to do to make that happen, you got to make that happen. That's just about.
We don't have a script. So what I'm gathering now, I'm not in the huddle, I'm not in the offensive room, but it
Mhm.
doesn't seem like we have a script. We can't have a script. How can we have a script for our first 15 to 20 plays? How can that be if the first or second possession we're using timeouts because we can't get the play in?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously it's another situation where they were doing stuff that you didn't recognize and you got to scrap it. Now we got to do nothing but short and intermediate routes. And
Yeah.
that's what they're sitting on. Defenses are sitting on the curls and the outs. They're sitting on it.
Mhm.
All right, man. Whatever. I can't.
Yeah. It's. I mean, it. Look, it. Hey,
I
man.
can't.
We got to fix it. We got to be better next week. And look, it. Hopefully, we can flush this out of our system, guys. This is a bad loss. There's nothing we can say about it. But the one silver lining to this is it happened early in the season. So
Yeah.
hopefully we will learn. First of all, we need to go home, lick our wounds, do whatever we need to do, drink liquor, whatever we need to do to get past this.
Yeah.
Flush it out your system. And then tomorrow, let's get back. Let's go to work. Let's fix these issues. We should not have any more communication issues. We should not have any issues where you can't get a play in. We're coming up on the fourth game. That's got to be corrected. That's got to be
No more
corrected.
preseason games. You already had your three.
That's got to be corrected.
It,
That's
it
got to
has to be. It has to be corrected now. I
yeah.
100% agree with you, brother. Like, and what happens if we get embarrassed by Dan Quinn without Jane Daniels, and we go into the bye week? Do y'all want to speculate that, or we'll wait until after this game?
I don't
But
even
yeah,
want to.
I
I don't
need
want
I need everyone on their P's and Q's for the next game, man. That was disgusting.
to. Yeah.
Didn't
That
he
was
just beat the hell
absolutely,
out of the Raiders?
huh?
Didn't he just beat the hell out of the Raiders without Jaden Daniels?
Oh no, Jane Daniels played last week, but he got hurt, and
I'm talking
then
about this week.
oh yeah, this week, yeah, they won without Jane Daniels. So they won with Mario. If Mariota beats us and embarrass us, what did Raheem say? If it was for better quarterback play, I wouldn't even be the head coach.
Oh wow! Oh
He said that. Oh,
wow!
we're going back to everything, man. We pulling receipts, bro.
Oh wow!
That was said
Oh
in the press conference.
wow!
You threw a shot at Arthur Smith. I didn't like Arthur Smith,
Oh
but when you threw that shot and said, "Look, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for bad
oh
quarterback play." So you threw a shot at
wow!
Ritter when you just cut him. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care if you threw a shot at him, but you're gonna have to look at yourself and say, "Hey, what am I doing?" Because you're so defiant with your coaching style, like you're beyond reproach and stuff. It's just like I really hope that D Leg asks you. You know what I'm saying? Just I mean, we can't sit around and act like we have this culture of winning. Okay. So this is my way or the highway. That you have a pedigree of winning as a head coach. You won as an assistant. And some guys are just assistants, man. I'm hoping for the best. I'm wishing Raheem all everything we have for him to turn this around. But attention to detail is a thing that's inherent to your being. You know what I'm saying? And it don't seem like we got it right now. So it's harder for you to, it's easier for you to turn back, you know what I'm saying, or tone down the strictness
Then it is
than
turn up.
to
Yeah,
turn up the
that
strictness
is that
when
is true.
you lay back.
That is true.
Can we
That is
all agree on
very
that?
true. That's very true. That is true. I agree with that. That is true. And you said a mouthful, Larry, because you said, and again, I'm hoping this is not the case. I'm hoping this is not the case. I've seen a lot of coaches come and go. And to your point, there are some great offensive and defensive coordinators who are just not leaders. And even though everybody may love them, when you are the head coach, you have to you can't conduct yourself like you did when you were an offensive coordinator. You just can't. You cannot. There are certain things that has to happen And yeah, your players need to love you and they need to respect you, but you can't conduct yourself the same way, right? It's gotta be understood that there's a standard, and to your point, there's got to be attention to detail, and there's certain things that can't happen. In an NFL football game, you cannot have a timeout because you don't have the play and then get a penalty, because you can't have that. That to
No,
me is exactly not a that's not attention to detail. But that's also lack of discipline, because even if the clock is running out, Penix, you got to have a play. You got to have something you can go to. You got to have an audible you can
that's why
call.
I
You
said
got
we
to
don't
you got
script
to
anything.
but you got to have something you can go to. Even if you still know the playbook, right?
Yeah,
There are
yeah,
plays you can call. You cannot you that cannot happen, right? So
agreed,
look
agreed,
it. We got some stuff we got to fix, man. I mean,
agreed.
let's be honest. This is gut check time, right? This is gut check time. And again, in a way, I'm glad it happened because it's so bad. I hope that this taste never leaves their mouths, and I hope it's so bad that they don't want to experience it again. Look, this is a very talented team. Make no mistake about it, guys. This team can go far in the playoffs. I'm gonna say that again. This team has the potential to go far in the playoffs, but we got some stuff to clean up, man.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
those are my thoughts. Eric, final thoughts? Anything you want to throw out there?
Winning next week.
We win it next week, brother. Let's
Let's
do
go.
it. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Larry, any final thoughts? Anything you want to throw out?
Um, I just want to see attention to detail next week. Win or lose, I want us to play like a professional team. I seen Buford High School not mess up stuff like that. Like seriously, man. And I hate to be the guy talking about preseason this, preseason that, but when you don't have attention to detail, it's either you're incompetent or you needed reps. And I'm going to say we needed reps, but I don't want to think my coaching staff is incompetent. That's where I'm at right now. Okay, that's where I'm at right now. So I'm going to say they needed the reps, because if I don't say that, then they're freaking incompetent. So they need the reps.
Okay.
They need the reps. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Positive. They need the
Okay.
reps.
That's fair.
But yeah, we got to win this game, man. All hands on deck. I hate to say a
Gotta have,
must win. It's at the fourth game of the season.
but it's a must
Now,
win.
it has to be,
A must
man.
win.
That's a
Yeah.
lot on the line. Arthur Blank was like, okay, that didn't work. I'm disappointed, but we're gonna see how this goes. Like it, if we see that all black suit with the gray pinstripes and a red shirt and a black tie, that's the firing suit. Hey, look,
That's the funeral suit.
if y'all see that, hey, if you see Arthur Blank, I didn't see Arthur Blank on the sideline this game. If you see Arthur Blank, either in the crushed velvet jacket, the crushed velvet, or the all black with the gray pinstripes and a red shirt and a black tie, the funeral tie,
Slow
bruh.
singing, funeral bringing. What Biggie
Look,
say? Slow singing, funeral bringing. Man,
so look, man. Please, Raheem.
get it
Please,
get it
Zach
together.
Robinson. Please.
Get it together.
We want you guys to succeed. We're
Yes,
Falcons
we do.
fans. We're not berating you because we want to be haters. We love our team. We want to see you guys succeed. Please succeed. Okay.
Gotta do it, man.
Have the
Gotta
team.
do it.
Just do it. No more playing
Do it.
time. No more play time, man.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Well, hey, man, gentlemen, I appreciate that. Everybody who joined us in the chat, from Facebook to, first and foremost, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Hopefully next week's results will be much better. Hopefully next week will be a party and we'll all be laughing and dancing and joking and la 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 la. We got to suck this one up, Buttercup, but it's okay. It happens. Larry, tell these folks where they can find you, brother.
Thank you for having me on your platform as
course,
always, guys.
of course.
Make sure you hit the like button for this great content. Appreciate talking with you, Eric. Good conversation, brother.
Definitely.
Guys, you can find me on the Dixon Way. Me and my beautiful wife do commentary for all our favorite sports team in Atlanta. So if you don't like those regular commentators, turn the TV down, turn up the Dixon Way. That is the Dixon way. I guess it's can you put up the little name thing? Because I think I put it on that.
Where'd you put it?
In my title.
Oh, let me just spotlight you. How about that? Let's see how we can
It
do
should
this.
say what it should say the name.
Hold
No,
on.
don't worry about that. But yeah, it's
there it is.
Okay, yeah, there it is. Yeah, Larry at. Don't put the Larry. Just at the underscore way. Okay, don't put Larry. I'm just one half of Dixon Way. My beautiful wife Sean the other half. So yeah, yeah. Oh man, that's tough, man. We're gonna get through it, man.
We're gonna get through it.
Brave season winding down. They swept 2 teams in a row, T. Will.
Yeah,
wow.
I know, man. I don't even want to think about it because I'm like, and you know what? It's gonna be the most brave stuff ever. They'll probably win the remainder of their games. They will win out
because I want them to go into spring training hot. We did not do that the past 2 years. We have gone in on a losing streak. We need to end the season hot and then come in with a whole bunch of confidence and everybody healthy. But yeah, man, thank you for having me on the stream, man. Appreciate the good banter and stuff like that. And hopefully these Falcons rise up, pun intended.
Amen. They need to rise up. They need to do something. We need to get it together. Larry, brother, you have an open invitation. You know that. As always, man, we enjoy having you, brother. Great content, great brother, great thought, great conversation. Got nothing bad to say about him, man. Love fellowshipping with you, brother. And we will see you next time. Brother Eric, tell them where they can find. Well, you know what? I'm not going to speak for you. I know what you're going to say, but it ain't my job to speak for you. So, Brother Eric, tell them where they can find you, sir.
101 next week in the bin.
Yeah.
101 in the bin. That's where you're going to find my brother. Well, hey, Eric, now in all seriousness, Eric, don't be mad at me, okay? Because I'm going to say something, and I know what your response is because I've known you for the better part of my life. I know what you're going to say, but it really is true. Eric, this Tuesday, I want to do the podcast movie review of Juice. Do not get mad and say, but you said that the last 4 times. We're gonna do it. I promise. I'll get the invitation to you. For those of you who don't know, I also do movie podcasts. We're going to do the movie Juice this Tuesday night at 8:00. So please check us out. We will do it. Matter of fact, Larry, if you want to join, man, you're welcome to, brother.
I'll try to make it.
All good. Oh, that's right. Damn, my bad. Okay. Carrie says hi, Larry. Hi, and I do that every time too. You've been telling me the same thing. I do that every time. Jesus, you think I learned? Carrie says, hi, Larry, T. Will, and Eric. Hey, Miss Carrie, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing well, Miss Carrie. We will see you. Miss Carrie was very upset by that display, as we all were. So, hey, Miss Carrie, appreciate you for coming in. Caden says, rise up. Again, everybody in the chat, thank you guys for coming in. I wish it was under better circumstances, but I definitely appreciate the fellowship and the ability and the therapy to just talk this stuff out because that's what we did. Our Falcons are going to be better next week. We're going to be positive. Our Falcons are going to win, and that's all it is to it. To my gentlemen on the panel, thank you both, Eric and Dixon Way. Larry, guys, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you guys. Want to thank God for waking me up this morning. Thank God for the podcast. Thank God for sending all y'all my path. You guys have an amazing Monday and an amazing week. Go Falcons again. For my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube, come check me out. For my ATL Movies 1 on YouTube, come check me out. And yeah, everybody, go Falcons. Trust me, it'll be better next week. Good night, everybody.
Let me tell you something. Look it, man. I've been an Atlanta fan for 45 years.
Turning up the heat, T. Will on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL Sports Show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play. Bringing the thunder, every single day. He will, he will.